Hello chickadees, welcome to the chat. It has been a wild few days. I hope you all had a good Christmas. I'm not even sure if I'm live yet, I'm saying this. Right. I hope you had a good Christmas. Because I had a spectacular Christmas. I have more chocolate than God. Any God. Every God. Woo. And I've eaten my way through most of it. So yeah. And I figured this would just be for the theme. So
everyone in Mondstadt is saying that I'm much more reliable now. Some even say that I'm to be made a true knight soon. But I don't think... What? You think so too? Oh, thank you. Coming from you, that is the best compliment I could ever hope for.
oh. It's going to take us a while to level her up. But we're finally using Noelle. Unfortunately, well, she's got a cracked set of artifacts. Unfortunately, they're completely unleveled. So for a while, we're going to be a Noelle main. But in the meantime, actually, let me just fix the volume. Because for some reason, it's all the way down here. There we are. Back up to 8. Can't believe I've memorized where it goes. We're going to start this. We're going to have a look-see. We're finally starting the quest. I've already gotten the sword with max refinement. The claymore. So there's that. Should have just teleported up there, shouldn't I? And I've managed to avoid spoilers for some reason. Yeah, raw luck. Where am I going? Seriously, where am I going? Oh, come on. Fontaine architecture baffles me. There we are. I'm glad it says up there because I never remembered it. Look at that. I like the Geta. I'm more of a Tengu Geta person myself.
Miss Chiori?
Your talk with the investor sure went fast. The Aquabus hasn't even arrived yet.
She looks familiar, like the ghost thing in Inazuma. Remember that? Remember the event?
Oh?
The spooky event with the
Who are
ghost.
they?
Allow me to introduce you. This is the Traveler and Paimon.
Pleased to meet you.
Likewise! We've heard the owner of Chioriya Boutique is a skilled seamstress, so it's a real pleasure to finally meet you in person.
Why, thank you. I strove to create an outfit that matched her high social station as the demoiselle. So tell me, what happened? I can tell the conversation didn't go quite as expected.
Yeah, he got shafted.
Well, it's like this.
He got shafted. You know, this is not how I'd expected Xavier to sound when we met him in Inazuma.
I know, Chiori, you don't have to say it. You did remind me that this investor was a little bit sketchy.
Yes, there's no doubt about that.
But how could I pass it up? He offered me twice as much as the others.
Because he's sketchy.
And therein lies the problem.
Yes, but just put yourself in my shoes. After obtaining such an excellent script, it's only natural that I would want to make the most of the film.
In your scripts, you'd carry the scene, not the money.
The budgets that the others had proposed were nowhere near enough. It's difficult to find someone willing to front such a large amount of mora, so...
Don't be sad, Xavier. We might be able to help scrounge up some more together for you.
Oh, thank you, Paimon. That means a lot to me. But the cost of the film is staggering. I'm afraid that any mora we can scrounge together in a short amount of time won't even be able to cover the actors' fees.
We need to move on. What's happened has already happened, and there's no changing it. But now's not the time to give up.
So let's find some actors. New actors.
What? You're saying that you have a plan?
No, that's not what I mean. I'm simply saying I wouldn't give up just yet. The actors I recommended aren't just after Mora after all.
Huh. Wait a second. Did I see that? Oh, she's still in her outfit. I'm surprised you can cosplay in plain sight like that.
Then where do you live? We Malazines live in Mercy Village. The only way to enter is from underwater.
Oh, you must be pretty tired after work every day, right? I mean, you have to swim all that way just to go home.
We are so thoughtful. But some Malazines choose to live in the Court of Fontaine because it's so much more convenient.
This is our stop.
Look at that little dot.
Arrived, but I haven't even finished chatting with Aval yet. I also enjoyed Aval's introductions to Fontaine along the way. Everything you described was so clear and detailed that we can't help but want to hear more.
Thank you so much. I'm usually working here on this aqua bus, so I hope I'll have the chance to see you again. There are still many more places I'd like to introduce to you.
Oh. She's probably the best person he could have had for introducing newcomers.
Welcome to the Court of Fontaine.
Shiori, you sure have changed a lot. This is the first time we've seen you since you left Inazuma.
I haven't realized it's been so long. I was in such a rush when I left that I didn't even get to say goodbye.
Thank you for extending the invitation, Mr. Xavier. I'm looking forward to a fruitful trip here in Fontaine.
It's an honor to have the head of the Kamisato clan visit us.
So they are who you meant when you said you had actors coming from Inazuma?
Oh? It's the Traveler and Paimon.
Wow,
Yeah,
what a
we're just everywhere.
Ayaka and I were just talking about you on the way here. Are you also here for the film?
We just ran into Xavier earlier and came over with him.
But I'm not an actress. Sir Kamisato and Lady Ayaka are the real actors here. I'm just tagging along with Ayaka to have a good time together.
About that, I mean, how was I supposed to contact you when I was making preparations for the film?
Sounding a bit
I figured you were
arrogant there.
Probably busy, and I didn't want to disturb you, so I could only keep you in the back of my mind while I sought other actors to play the lead roles in the film.
I had been thinking about a surprise reunion with you during our trip here, but you still managed to surprise me first.
Yep.
Oh, so you all know each other already. My, what a coincidence. What are the chances everyone could be brought together here like this?
High. Very high.
Why don't we go to Hotel de Boer and catch up over a meal? I've already made a reservation.
With what, Mora?
Huh? Did you reserve 2 spots for us too?
Yes, of course, of course. I'll be sure to tell the boss to serve a few more delicious dishes just to make sure there'll be enough food.
Where are you getting your Mora?
Very well. Then please, kindly lead the way, Mr. Xavier.
So it's nice to see them all together again.
Wow, the buildings in Fontaine are so tall. Just look at how big they are.
Yep.
And there's the fountain that Aval mentioned earlier. It really is a magnificent sight. And look at that huge spinning sphere. Where does it get its power? Wait a sec. Could it be one of those clockwork mecha we've heard so much about?
Yeah, I never actually got an explanation for that spinning fountain. Seriously, what is that?
catch
Hotel de Boer.
Someone needs assistance.
Right, I'm just gonna teleport. This place do be too big. This is too big. I'm still coming down from a sort of chocolate coma. So please be patient for me. I think we've got mince pies left.
So this is what food from Fontaine is like. It sure is different from what we have in Inazuma. How should I describe it? It seems like you have to go through a lot more steps to make them. And the flavor has many layers too.
Ah, yes. When I first went to Inazuma, I actually thought the food there tasted a little too bland.
Really?
It took some time for me to get used to it.
Oh, I suppose so.
Let's get back to the purpose of this trip for a moment, shall we? How have preparations for the film been coming along, Mr. Xavier?
Well, your funding has been cut, so you're going to be working for peanuts.
Well,
Okay.
I've already assembled most of the film crew. A lighting specialist, a prop manager, and a costume designer. I've also bought the copyrights from the novel's author.
Oh, it's called The Two Musketeers, right? I
Two?
got the script you sent me on the way here. The story is pretty good.
That's why they mentioned copyright. They don't have the right to the Three Musketeers.
Originally, I was planning to start filming as soon as Sir Kamisato and Lady Ayaka arrived in Fontaine, but I'm afraid I've run into a bit of a problem.
Oh? What is it?
It has to do with the film's investor, Mr. Morris. He suddenly informed me this morning that he's encountered some financial trouble and will be unable to release to me the amount of funding agreed upon.
It's said that Fontaine's legal system is well developed. If he has violated the contract, then can't you simply take him to court over the matter?
Well, I'm still more concerned about filming. Even if I were to take him to court, I'm afraid it would take months before the case could even be heard.
Well, it's best you do that at the
Then-
same time.
Is there a way we could raise funds ourselves to solve the problem?
I've considered that option too, but unfortunately, it's difficult to gather such a large amount of mora on such short notice. Besides, we have to consider the film festival's submission deadline.
Mr. Xavier, if Ayaka and I were willing to perform for free, would that resolve the problem you are currently facing?
Yeah, but I don't think it's legal.
What? No, out of the question. To have you come all this way just to act for free? Oh, no, that won't do.
There's no need to worry, Mr. Xavier. My brother and I had actually intended to work for free after receiving your invitation. Inazuma has only recently reopened its borders, and needs to strengthen its relations and cultural ties with other nations. We didn't have many collaboration projects with Fontaine in the past, so we hoped this trip would serve as a good start for the future.
Indeed. You could say that's the real reason why the Yashiro Commission agreed to come to Fontaine.
I understand, but having you two act for free just doesn't seem right.
Not at all. While we're officially here to conduct a cultural survey of sorts, we must express our sincerity if we want to establish formal cultural ties with your nation. This film will serve as proof of friendly cooperation and cultural exchange between Inazuma and Fontaine. It's my hope that the film can be finished and released as smoothly as possible. If you still don't feel comfortable with this arrangement, I would also be more than happy to be introduced to some other renowned individuals in Fontaine's literary and artistic
Haha,
circles.
political exchange.
All right, I'll do as you say. Thank you so much. I'll make sure to cobble together enough mora now, even if it means selling my house, my camera, and every single family heirloom.
Let's not go that far.
Come on now, no need to go that far. I'll also help you out as a brand sponsor.
Me too. Even though I didn't bring much more to spend on this trip, it's still better than nothing.
You are too kind, all of you. I really don't know how to...
Ew. Alright, enough about that. Now that we have Xavier's savings, my support, and 2 leads who are willing to act for free, I think we will be able to make this happen. So, instead of Mora, you'll help with filming and production.
Oh, but how can we help with that? We don't know much about making a film.
We've done it before.
All
Plenty
right.
of times, actually.
Pull yourself together, Xavier.
One of them's actually quite good.
Tell us if there are still any open positions left among the crew.
All right. Let me think. We still need a camera operator, a clapper loader, and
Wonder what that
someone
is.
to manage logistics. I originally wanted to personally serve as director, but I've been too busy working as the producer. So the positions of director and director's assistant will also need to be filled.
Cough,
Marty
cough.
knows what the director
Int,
and the
int.
logistics support person do, but what's a clapper loader?
The clapper loader is responsible for using the clapper board to record and organize the information of each shot when the camera operator begins shooting. The work requires both patience and careful attention to detail.
A clapper board? Oh,
Yes, that's right. Are you
Let's go to
interested
Paimon.
in that job?
for sure! Paimon's always wanted to try that.
All right.
So have
Then
I.
You'll be our clapper loader. I can find someone from the store to help with logistics.
Remember
do you
once in
think,
Halloween
Xavier?
they had the shop
Well,
had
fine
this,
by me.
had one of
As
those.
for our camera operator, I was thinking of letting the Traveler take the role.
I can.
Oh, she's great when it comes to using a camera. Paimon can't even count how many things we've taken photos of during our journey.
Yes, that's also what I was thinking. I noticed the Traveler had an eye for photography and composition when we worked together previously.
I'm sure that's due to the traveler's journey across Devat and all the places they've seen. After so many adventures, using a camera must be second nature by now.
Yep.
What do you say, Traveler? Are you interested in the job? Thank you. It really means a lot to me. Come on, friend. Let me give you a big warm hug.
So all that's left for us to find is a director and an assistant.
Oh, me. I want to be the director's assistant. Oh, we need...
All right, then all we need is a director. Oh, all the well-known directors in Fontaine are probably also busy working on their own films these days. I'm not sure who will have time to help.
Oh, Farina helped out a theater troupe recently by serving as an artistic consultant. She
Yep.
could be a good director, right? Besides, it's not like she has any...
Paimon, that's just mean. Burn.
Farina? Do you really think Lady Farina would be willing to help us with our humble project?
Isn't
Yeah, let's
that
go.
the name of Fontaine's Hydro Archon? My brother has already informed me about what happened here in Fontaine.
Yep, that's her. She helped out a theater troupe not too long ago, and now she's taking up work as a director.
Well,
I saw that musical. Her performance was perfect, and the storyboards were also
Oh, you were
excellent.
there.
Don't let her former identity intimidate you. She's the best candidate we can think of right now. You'll never know until you give her a shot.
fine. You're right, Shiori. I'll do anything for the sake of my film. Anything! Then I'll have to ask the Traveler and Paimon to show me the way to Lady Farina's residence. I just hope she'll agree to help.
Well, here's hoping she isn't busy.
Do you need us to also come along?
No, there's no need to trouble you with this. Besides, you've just arrived in Fontaine, and I'm sure there are many places you would like to visit.
Someone needs to be our tour guide.
Just leave this task to me. It's part of my duties as the producer.
Very well. Then we'll be waiting to hear the good news.
I'll go with you. By the way, you might want to consider bringing a gift.
Macaroni.
And don't worry, we won't simply drop you off at Farina's place. We know Farina pretty well by now, so having some familiar faces there should help your chances. Besides, the whole thing was our idea in the first place.
Yeah, once we ended her depression arc.
All right, then I'll start making
Welcome back.
preparations. As for the
Welcome back to the
gift,
stream. Hope you had a good Christmas.
A gift
We're
for
just
someone
doing
who
this.
was once seen as the Hydro
Because I said I would.
Archon.
We're doing it.
I wonder what she would like.
I recall that Lady Farina once fancied a clockwork ring.
Huh?
So perhaps I should get another exquisite clockwork contraption for her.
Huh? Can't we just bring some desserts, like the Fontanellia mousse?
Yeah.
But wouldn't that be a little too cheap? She does like desserts, though.
Welcome back.
Isn't the Fontanellia festival happening right now? I heard Abel tell us on the Aquabus that Farina introduced the tradition of going door to door and asking for sweets. To do something like that, she must have a real sweet tooth.
I have been fantastic. I am still somewhat dazed because I have eaten a lot of chocolate.
I agree with Yoimiya. If the
And
gift
guess
is
what I
too
got?
fancy, it might actually make her feel more
It was great.
uncomfortable.
It's incredible. And I might use it in future streams. I'm MetaQuest free. Oh yeah. It's basically a VR headset, which is basically its own console.
Alright then, let's go buy some Fontinalia mousse.
Once I figure out how to stream with it, maybe we'll have some Vermilion action. Not much of an artist, but I do want to improve a bit.
But will that really be enough? We'll be asking her to do a lot of
Yes.
work, you know.
I made it like a bandit today.
You're right. We need to further sweeten the deal.
Huh? You had something even sweeter than Fontinalia mousse?
I spent all of, like, yesterday just teaching my mum how to use it. Oh. Well, at least she didn't trip over anything.
Yes.
But
we need
I was
gift
not
that's
made to be a
sweeter than
teacher.
Any dessert in the world.
Well, what could that be?
Macaroni.
Your words of praise.
Eh. Surprised Farina's main dish isn't macaroni. Okay, let me think. How you doing?
Looking forward to the good news.
Oof. You got well wishes? So maybe next year will be great? Or, you know, less of... Maybe too far... Maybe this year. Maybe the year coming, right? Maybe 2020 vibes. Maybe the 2020 vibes will end. Can't cook from there, can I? Ah, shoot. Just grab any new recipes. No. Okay, never mind. Where am I going? That way.
Someone needs assistance.
You only want Skirk. Well, let's hope it's not a Baizu thing, where it's gonna, like, be introduced in the first patch, and then it's gonna be, like, 4 patches later, when he finally gets a banner. Yeah. I'm hoping we get an early ride-in. Because I want Cloud Trainer. Just for the aesthetics. I know she's probably not going to be very good. I think Cloud Trainer is meant to be like an annual Shenhe. That's what I think. Possibly. You know, like a support for Zhao. Only for Zhao. But I want her for her looks. I'm a very shallow person. Let's go annoy Farina again. We ignored her boundaries.
Where Farina lives.
Now we're going to stomp on them. Again.
Okay, I'll go knock on the door.
Seriously, who's knocking before afternoon tea?
Oh, he sounds...
Who are you?
Lady Farina, please allow me to introduce myself. I am Xavier, a film director.
Hello. Oh, is that the traveler in Paimon I see behind you? And who's this?
I'm Chiori.
I like how Traveler's just hanging back because he realised he stomped on her boundaries before.
Ah, the one from Chioria Boutique. Hello, hello. So, what are you all doing here? Do you need something?
Did you just get up, Farina? It's already past noon, you know. Huh? Oh, Paimon means the weather is so nice in the afternoon and the sun is so warm. Just like how you are. Sleeping in late is a really smart idea.
Paimon's trying really hard there.
No. I was just up late last night reading some novels. What does sleeping in have to do with the weather?
Paimon's really bad at being nice.
This is a small gift we've prepared for you, Lady Farina. We hope you like it.
I think you've done this out of order. You should have
No
just
need to be
asked her
so
what she wanted
formal.
first.
I'm just a regular person like everyone else now. Oh, is this Fontinalia mousse? It's one of my favorites.
thought her favourite was macaroni, or was she just in her bachelorette single phase?
That's great! So, actually, there's something we need your help with. Given your renowned passion and understanding of drama, I would like to ask that you serve as the director of our film crew.
And everything we just said before that was bribery.
Oh, but didn't you just say that you're a director?
Yes, but for this particular project, I'm mainly working as a producer.
Yeah, I've seen her
Besides,
rain
I'm
lines.
Sure that your understanding of the performing arts far surpasses my own, Lady Farina.
Poor lady.
Are the Traveler and Paimon also part of the film crew?
Actually, it's not. She's not traumatized by water. She's traumatized by rain.
Yep, we sure are. Paimon's the clapper loader and she's the camera operator.
Camera operator? That can be a pretty technical job, and it directly affects the final quality of the film. Are you really up to it? No, I'm not questioning your abilities. It's just that I've never really seen you use a camera before.
We've only been in each of us presents, what, 5-6 times?
Maybe you can come up with a test for the Traveler and see for yourself. If she can satisfy you with her camera skills, then you'd have nothing to worry about and can join the team. What do you say?
You sure are getting better at rolling with the situation, Paimon.
I like how Paimon's getting
I wish to
smarter.
see how skilled the Traveler really is with a camera. Alright, how about this? We'll work with what we have. I'll give you some scenarios and see if your work is up to my standards. Very good. It's essential for the camera operator to understand the director's vision. I'll make my decision after seeing your work. Are you ready? I have high standards, you know.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm ready.
Grab the camera and I'll give you a scenario.
Okay. We've already done one of this. I'm good at this. You've got her on set and she's level 90. Well done. Right now I'm working on Noelle, but I've got everything I need to do one more boss run and get Farina triple crowned. I think that one will work. Show off the forge machine. Wow, they're making this really easy. Okay. See, it shows off the weapons arranged. Okay, that should be it. I figured they haven't quite managed to get what was it? I completely forgot what I was saying. They haven't mastered audio filming, have they? That better be divine handiwork.
It appears that you have more skill than I thought. All the shots had a great composition, and I could really feel a connection to the characters and their lines.
Yeah! Does that mean you agree to be our director, Farina?
Did you think I would agree just like that? After our performance of the Little Oceanid, I've begun to make a name for myself again, you know.
Please tell me someone else isn't.
In fact,
Isn't.
I've already had several troops approach me for the Fontanalia Film Festival. Unfortunately, the scripts were all pretty boring and didn't pique my interest. If others were to find out I agreed to work with you so easily, then, well...
Hey, but we have a deal. What else do we need to do to convince you, Farina?
I think we just need to show her the script.
Well, what about the pay?
Huh?
You know, how much you're willing to pay.
Well, I can offer you this much?
What? That's all? If Nervylat were to hear of this, he could charge you with underpaying your labor.
I'm sorry, but our crew is in a tight financial spot at the moment.
I see.
Yep.
Well, even though it's highly unlikely now that I'll join your crew, there's still something I'd like to ask. Exactly what film are you planning to make?
Your American account is now level 40, but AR40, but your character's a little. Well, you'll get there. And to be honest, it's a bit boring when you've hit the ceiling of your character levels.
Oh, our script is an adaptation of The Two Musketeers.
Huh? Wait, you mean the suspense thriller novel that was a #1 bestseller?
Oh, so Farina's read it too.
Of course I read it. I've always had a keen interest in artistic
Oh, we
works
got a
that
book.
strike a chord with the populace. I see. It all makes sense now. You must have used most of the budget to pay for the copyright.
Yep.
Not really.
No?
The novel's author transferred the copyright to me practically for free once he heard that I wanted to make a film adaptation of the story. The lack of budget is due to another issue.
He probably just wants to get his name out there. So, Mora isn't the most important thing to him right now. It reminds me of a delivery courier who wears one of my designs while traveling all across Teyvat. I didn't charge her much for the outfit either. The exposure she provides for my brand is well worth it.
So, are you a big fan of this story, Farina?
Well, it's alright. The pacing of the story is good, but the character relationships could use some work.
Frina, you're not an
When I
Archon
was
anymore,
reading
just be
before,
honest.
I always felt like some things were left on a rather unsatisfactory note. I have high standards, you know. Ahem, Mr. Xavier. If, hypothetically speaking, I agree to be the director,
Oh.
how much freedom would I have in terms of script revisions and creative interpretation?
Oh! Oh, as much freedom as you would need. I wouldn't dare doubt the tastes of Fontaine's greatest star.
Is this going to be is the film going to be greater than the book? Is that going to be the adaptation you're going for?
Good. Then I'm free to alter the script as I see fit.
Hope they don't alter it too much, because I mean, when they altered the Harry Potter ones to fit the screen, right? They missed out a key scene in the 5th book, which completely borked the rest of the film.
Absolutely no problem.
All right. It seems that your crew really can't go on without my care and direction.
So, you agree?
Yes, I agree. Although the pay is well below what someone of my caliber deserves, a great script calls for a great director. I mustn't let a perfectly good story be ruined due to lack of funds. If you have fine cheese and bread, you wouldn't just let it sit on the counter and get moldy just because you lack an oven, right?
No, I'd eat it raw. Eat it raw.
Oh, Hydro Archon above! I'm not dreaming, am I? Somebody pinch me.
There's no more Hydro Archon, you know. And it's still a little early to celebrate. There's a lot that goes into shooting a film.
How much do people at
Although
Fontaine actually
the
know
trickiest
about what
tasks
happened to
of
Farina?
finalizing the script and casting the actors have already been taken care of, we'll still need to reserve filming locations. Not to say set up lighting and props. And by the way, since we'll be filming The Two Musketeers, we'll need to find an action choreographer. Ideally, a professional who has actual experience with muskets.
Yes, I've thought about this as well. I was hoping that you might know someone who could handle the job.
Me? If this was before, I could have simply asked Lorand. But it's already been some time since I last talked to her. Navia can also use firearms, but unfortunately, her style is quite different from that of the characters in the story.
Yeah, but after Farina's story quest, it'll say vision instead of the question marks in the thing.
Could we ask the Special Security and Surveillance
Great
Patrol?
though. It was a nice touch.
Oh, you mean the Special Patrol's Musketeers?
I wonder if they do the same with Zhongli before you realise he's an Archon.
Yes, that's right. They work with Muskets every day. I can't think of anyone more qualified than them.
They would be under Nervilette's jurisdiction. Unfortunately, I, don't have any connection with them at all.
I was going to ask, we'll find someone.
So, in the end, we still have to start by talking to Nervilette.
No need to go to all that trouble. I know their Captain Chevres.
Oh, you do? Wait, Chiori, how do you know the captain of the Special Patrol's Musketeers?
Yeah, but we didn't know Zhongli was an Archon at the start of it, though. If someone pulls on his banner before they even get to Liyue, what will it say? Will it say vision? Will it say gnosis?
No particular reason. Running a business means dealing with some trouble from time to time, and she's helped me out on a few occasions.
You know, speaking of Archon secrets, have you been to Dragon's Spine with Raiden? If you swap between characters, you'll notice she doesn't breathe. You didn't pull for the Raiden Shogun, you pulled for the puppet.
In return, I've helped her handle a few situations in which the Special Patrol couldn't get involved directly. So, we've gotten to know each other over time.
So you're saying there's been times when the Special Patrol needed a fashion designer to handle a situation? Your work is becoming more and more
great, isn't it?
mysterious.
It'd be best to keep it that way. Anyway, enough about that. What do you all think about asking the captain to be our musket action choreographer?
We have to get her to agree
She
first.
sounds professional enough. She is a captain after all. I have no objections.
But I imagine the Special
she's
Security
good
and
enough.
Surveillance Patrol must be busy with their duties. Do you think she'd really have time to help us shooting a film? And then there's the issue of pay.
To be fair, E did have a lot of trouble with the puppet. She was on the losing side of it, and the puppet was a lot stronger. So technically, we did get the better deal.
Well, it just so happens that she's also not the kind of person that's just after Mora. As for whether she has time, I'll have to go and ask her first.
Then I'll leave that to you. Macaroni's on sale today, so I've got to go. You can just tell me how things went when we discuss tomorrow's plan later.
Farina, what is it with you and macaroni?
No problem.
Having Farina join feels like a big boost to our team.
Of course. Just wait until the day of our premiere. You'll witness the true power of my name in these lands. You'll be so glad I agreed to help. I can guarantee that even the standing tickets will be sold out. I'll be sure to ask some people I know to see if they'd be willing to act as extras.
Seems like you're finally getting more comfortable with your own reputation now.
I didn't ask for the Clapper Loaders commentary time on.
Ouch.
Then let's get going.
I feel like we're on
know what
thin
she
ice with
versus today.
Farina.
By the way, I'm curious. If my pay is so low, then what about our two lead actors? Didn't they travel here all the way from Inazuma?
Actually, they told us that they see the trip as part of a cultural exchange, so they didn't ask for any pay.
What? So is every person in Teyvat who doesn't want money gathered here to shoot this film? Don't tell me Chiori isn't being paid either.
She's probably being paid in
I already knew
exposure.
Xavier from before, and he's also agreed to give my brand some good exposure.
It seems the gods have really smiled upon you, Xavier. And that certainly doesn't include me, mind you.
Right. That book, is it there? Aha! It was there.
Besides the macaroni, I should also pick up some tomato sauce.
I did think that sparkle was the book. Let's see what is this script about, huh? So I'm very curious. Script. Okay. It's probably in the archive. Ooh. Why can't it be in alphabetical order? No, it's not. Okay, maybe I'm still clicking. Maybe it's got multiple chapters. Ah, there we are. It has multiple. Okay, so it's missing a few books. We're probably going to get them for the rest of the quest. Right, where am I going? I'm going that way. I hope she's actually a good Geo character. I was very tempted to pull for Navia. Very, very tempted. Because she looks great. And her fighting style is great, but I need to get my Geo team properly rounded out. I usually don't use Noelle, but I was being punny, and because she skills in defense, I wanted to put her on the team. Chevrus, where are you? I think Geo character's got to be really creative.
This is the place.
But
She's right there in front of you,
where's
Paimon.
the captain? There's hardly anyone around here.
I need my Geo team. I need Albedo. I've got his weapon.
She's over there. The one with an eye patch reading in front of the newsstand.
Let me guess. 2 Musketeers is all second one's there.
Her! Paimon could tell there was something different about her. She seems kinda intimidating.
She looks like she's cosplaying.
Please wait here for a moment. I'll go fetch her. She's working now, so you might not want to get in her way.
Working? But isn't she just standing there and reading a novel?
Just trust me.
Oh, alright, let's see what happens then.
Is she one of those people who just slacks off and then tells people she was doing it for work?
Shiori sure is a mysterious person. She claims just to be a fashion designer, but she knows all these powerful people.
The court of
Why
Fontaine
wouldn't
isn't
she?
particularly tolerant of visitors from overseas, so it isn't easy for a foreigner to promote their brand here. Even more so in the competitive world of fashion.
Ah.
Even a local like me just trying to make a film has to face all kinds of challenges. So I can only imagine what Shiori has been through to get where she is today. I'm sure that having more connections has definitely worked in her favor.
Yep.
Reading on the job?
Detective novel.
One main character?
No. Multiple. Branching storylines.
She's
I
researching.
see. How's the plot coming along?
One of the main characters is about to make a choice that will affect the rest of his life. I'd wager he's going to make the wrong choice.
Any way to speed things up? There's something I need your help with.
You know that doesn't depend on me. It all comes down to what the character chooses.
Which is exactly why I'm here to help.
Huh?
All right. It appears he made the wrong choice in the end.
Oh.
Halt!
Huh? What's going on?
Is this where you pick up a free book because you're just going
Hand
to be
over whatever
arrested?
you're holding.
Oh, it's just a book. I didn't buy anything else.
Then I'm sure you wouldn't mind letting me have a look.
Excuse me, officer. I don't mind you standing around here, not purchasing anything, but I'd prefer if you didn't disturb my customers. It's bad for business, you know.
Let me guess, he's going to hand over a book and it's going to be open it and it's going to find a vial of synth or something.
Don't give me that act. You won't be able to get off so easily either. I am Chevraz, captain of Fontaine's Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. I will say this one last time. Hand over whatever you're holding at once. And before you do anything unwise, let me remind you that I'll have you on the ground before you can even think about making a run for it.
What, have you never seen one of those hollow books? With the space for hidden stuff inside.
All right. I'll give it to you. But please let me say something first. If there's any contraband in that book, then the shopkeeper here is the one who slipped it in. I don't have anything to do with this.
Why, you trying to leave me on the hook, huh? You were the one who said you wanted it.
Save it for the interrogation room. Take them away, Letelier.
What's in the book? You can't just end it like that!
What's going on here? One second you're reading a book and the next you're escorting people away!
Yeah, and leaving us on a cliffhanger.
And who are... Oh! Aren't you the traveler who's been all over the papers recently? Chiori, I'm assuming what you wanted to ask me about has to do with them, right?
Well, I suppose it's a private investigation. They probably can't just spill the data anyway.
Maybe I can let you in on what's happening then.
Oh,
Now
okay.
that Vacher has been brought to justice, no new
It was
shipments
synth.
will be made and distributed to sellers. The Fontaine guards have been busy collecting the remaining synths still circulating on the market.
I was right.
Thanks to a tip from our reliable source here, this should be the very last batch.
So was it a hidden vial in an empty book, or was it a recipe?
Oh, so you were pretending to read a book in order to catch the bad guys!
No, she was probably multitasking.
Oh, Paimon almost forgot to introduce ourselves. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler and Xavier!
Hey, I'm Chevraz. You probably already heard me introduce myself, so I won't bother repeating it.
You need evidence, Traveller. Why are you even asking?
Yeah, why didn't you make a move as soon as you had the chance? Were you worried that my intel wasn't accurate?
How dare! You doubted? You doubted, Shorty? No new hats for you.
No, I wanted to see if the shopkeeper would turn himself in first.
Huh.
All he had to do was come up to me and say that he didn't know where the synth had come from. If he did that, then I wouldn't have had to press charges on him.
He had the whole day to turn the synth over to Chevraz. But instead, the moment I came up and blocked Chevraz's line of sight, he took the opportunity to sell it off.
Yep, he made the wrong choice, even though the right choice was right there in front of him.
But you knew they wouldn't make the right choice.
Yeah, I knew. I was just hoping I'd be wrong for once.
Eh.
Enough about that, though. What did you want to ask me about?
Oh, you see,
Okay,
it's
see
like
ya.
this.
The Two Musketeers. You certainly have a good eye for a story. So what do you need me to do? Just be the action choreographer for the actors?
Yes, that's
Yep.
right. I want to make sure we get all the details right. I want the actor's posture and understanding of firearms to be as realistic as possible. However, I'm afraid this work will require a bit of your time, since you'll have to be present whenever we're filming. Also, as for the pay...
It's peanuts.
No need to say any more. I'll join.
Huh? Just like that?
Really? You're willing to help us with our humble film project?
Sure, it's no big deal. As I said, we've wrapped up our investigation here, so I don't have any other tasks on my plate for the moment. Besides, I personally really like this novel. I even have the collector's edition at home. Stories
Ooh.
where justice prevails over evil never get old for me.
Then we've got a deal?
Yes, I'll see you on set tomorrow.
Oh my! I can hardly believe it! I should tell Lady Farina immediately. Oh, and I must tell the prop manager and lighting technician to get everything ready. We start filming tomorrow!
I've always had trouble writing from different POVs.
Calm down, Xavier. The film is going to take more than just a day to finish. Still, I should also head back now and start preparing the actors' costumes and makeup.
Alright, guess that's it for today then.
Traveler, Paimon, please stay for a moment.
I want to try
have
a
something
book
to tell you.
that's both got a good ending and a bad ending, but all in one. No?
Then I'll take Xavier back.
A bittersweet victory is what I'm aiming
He's so
for.
excited that he can't even walk straight anymore. I don't want to spend our first day fishing our producer out of the fountain. Yep,
Yeah.
see you tomorrow.
Yeah, we all doubt Javi can hold himself together. Is there a book here? No? No part 2? Oh, dang it. What's that? Oh, it's just a filming location. I think we already done that one as well. Where's Chevrus? Oh, she's there.
Someone needs to sit. So what did you want to tell us, Chevrus?
Have you read The Two Musketeers? The story is about a pair of children born into the household of a baron,
summary.
and their struggle to survive together and take revenge for their mother. They were raised at the baron's estate, where their mother worked as a maid. The two were illegitimate children that the baron had with the maid, so they were never treated well by anyone. One day, upon returning home, they found their mother had been murdered and left dead on the floor. It was quite evident that the culprits were the other members of the baron's household, who never had any kind words to say to them.
I want to say it seems cliche, but it seems like this might be the original in Tevat, the original cliche where it all originated from.
However, the baron was able to exert his influence and keep the whole thing under wraps. The mother's death was eventually deemed as a suicide, and there was no chance of bringing her murderers to justice.
Wow,
The two
Hoyo.
siblings decided to
Dark.
flee and someday avenge their mother. Many years later, members of the baron's family suddenly started turning up dead one after the other, all killed by gunshot. A rainbow rose was found on each of the victims' bodies, being the flower that the kid's mother liked best. The baron believed that the mother's soul had come to take vengeance on him, so he lived in fear each day.
Baron's kind of stupid, isn't he?
But it was actually those two siblings who had fled all those years ago. They relied on each other to survive, and trained day and night, eventually becoming adept musketeers.
How could he blame actual gunshot wounds on a ghost?
They used all of their abilities to collect evidence and clues before executing their plan and exacting revenge on the Baron. Their actions let the truth behind their mother's death be known to all.
And they proceeded to murder how many people? I don't think they were all involved, were they?
That's quite an exhilarating story.
Yep, the Baron got what he deserved for his evil deeds, and justice was able to prevail.
And lots of innocent
It
people
was
got
just
killed
the kind
in
of story I enjoy.
killed in the meantime.
Oh, so is that why you were so willing to join our crew, Chevraz?
You could say it was one of the reasons.
Oh, you mean there were other reasons too?
I've read the reports about you. Whether it was at the trials or when you lent your hand to resolve our nation's crisis,
And every other nation's crisis?
you've shown that you've got a strong sense of justice, as well as a great mind for deductions. Yes, you're as sharp as I expected. It seems you've experienced many similar situations before.
Many similar situations before.
There's been a recent murder case involving Muskets. The perpetrator's methods appear to be very similar to what is described in the novel.
Okay, we're getting a crash course in script.
But Paimon didn't see anything about that in today's papers.
The Marechaussee Phantom hasn't yet released any information to the public, because the investigation is currently at a standstill. The murderer is extremely cautious.
Murder involving firearms? But not that many people use those in Fontaine, right?
You're the only country that actually uses muskets.
Impossible. We perform a routine inspection of our firearms and ammo reserves every day. If one of the weapons had been fired, it would stick out like a sore thumb.
Or they could be
Besides,
covering for each
I
other,
trust
or
the
they
members
could,
of my platoon.
they could fudge the numbers themselves.
However... Well, that's all I can disclose about the case today.
Huh? What do you mean?
I hope you all can go back and get some shut-eye. You
Welcome
can decide
back.
tomorrow whether or not you'd like to join the investigation with me. I'm aware this might not be the ideal time to add more to your plate, but
I've just
the more
been
capable people we have, the better the chances that justice will prevail.
pointing out all the plot holes with everything that's just been said.
Carrying out investigations isn't actually supposed to be our responsibility. Our job is to apprehend the perpetrators. Finding them is really up to the Marechaussee Phantom. You could say I'm taking part in the investigation out of personal interest. I I don't want people to see muskets in a negative way.
They're
And
guns!
also, I'm concerned about the similarity between the crimes and the story.
You don't see muskets in a negative way. They're weapons. They exist to kill people. At least the sword can be used for self-improvement and exercise, but the guns literally only die.
They might be connected somehow?
I suspect so. Just to make myself clear, this is not an order, nor is it a deal of any kind. It's a request. Nothing more.
Will help.
If you two have any interest in the case after we finish filming tomorrow and are willing to assist me, then I would be most grateful.
Sure.
What do you think, Traveler? Yeah, you're right. Paimon's getting a little tired, too. We've really been hustling all day.
You'd better head back and get some rest. It's good to keep a calm mind, especially when you're about to make an important decision. Otherwise, when the moment comes, you might end up like that shopkeeper and not even realize that the right choice is right there in front of you.
Right. I'm tempted to space this out over a few days, because this way I don't have to do commissions. Just a few days of skipping commissions, that'd be fantastic actually. But we are going to continue. There we go. What do you think? Oh,
You seem
shoot.
tired. Would you like some tea? I'll brew you some.
Let me just
Do you
quickly do
take
something.
sugar? 1 cube or 2? It's finally time to meet up with everyone. Paimon even dreamt of making the film last night. If Paimon remembers right, we're meeting at Hotel de Boer. Let's get going.
Ah, this hotel again.
I'll catch up.
Let me grab this. Ah, Mora. Yeah, we're gonna just borrow through the entire quest.
Ayaka, Yoimiya, you're already here.
Yep.
Good morning. Xavier said yesterday afternoon went well.
Yeah, and how about you, Ayaka? What were you up to yesterday?
After we split up, Ayato went to see Udex Nervillette at the Palais Mermonia.
I do realise that the characters do have little scenes off the main quest. And I probably just missed it by clicking this,
thinking
but
of going with him, but he said he could manage it himself. He told me to go see the sights around Fontaine and to enjoy the local culture.
I think I'm going to edit my night block. It's too frequent, I think.
So I rode the aquabus with Yoimiya and visited the opera house on Aranias Island.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe what we saw there. 2 mechanical puppets that were dancing together. You've already seen them, right? Yeah, those 2. Amazing, aren't they?
You fought them yet?
We sat and watched for quite a while. It was mesmerizing. Like we could keep watching them forever.
Oh, it was the same for us the first time we saw them too.
Yeah, they kicked us around a bit.
Afterwards, we went swimming at the beach. Well, diving to be exact. It was the first time I ever breathed underwater.
Well, don't get too used to it by the time you go back to Inazuma and then go swimming there.
I held Ayaka's hand and we counted down together. 3, 2, 1, and then splash! We were beneath the waves.
Must have been fun for you. Is this a flashback, or are we going under the water? Are we getting a character teaser?
At first, I didn't
Yep.
dare to open my mouth. But once I couldn't hold my breath any longer, I decided to take a big breath in. Turns out the water wasn't as salty as I imagined. It didn't really taste like anything at all. Before I knew it, I was breathing like normal down there. It was an amazing feeling. Ayaka said I was too nervous and needed to loosen my grip. She got used to everything way faster than I did.
I knew that the Traveler could do it, so I had no doubt we could do it too. That helped me feel at ease as soon as we dove in. The underwater world in Fontaine truly is beautiful. I love seeing the romaritime flowers blossoming underwater, like little candles lighting up the streets at night.
She's finally got an excuse for yeah. Ayaka's finally got an excuse for going in the water with her sandals.
Yeah, and there were so many
And her
creatures
socks.
that we've never seen in Inazuma. Like those
Or rather,
fish
she's
that shimmer like a
escalated.
sword. Whoosh! Oh, and those big fish that call when they see people.
Oh, you mean Hunter's Rays and Blubber Beast.
I just love the name Blubber Beast. Just wait till Pops and the others hear about this. They probably won't believe a word I say.
Get a camera. I think it's usable underwater now. Ayaka's escalated her wet socks and sandals shenanigans.
Yoimiya was down there for quite a while. It was dark before we finally rode the aquabus back to the city. I figured she'd want to sleep in today.
Yeah, even I was worried that I wouldn't be able to get up. I still felt like I was drifting in the waves when I went to sleep last night. But as soon as I woke up today, I remembered that we'd all be shooting a film together, and I was ready to go.
Mia, where do you get your energy from?
Speaking of the film, where's everybody else?
My
Probably
brother
shooting the film and
Xavier
waiting for
was
you.
speaking to the restaurant owner about using the place as a filming location. They should be here soon. As for the others,
We're here. Please excuse my tardiness. I just finished the Special Patrol's 6-mile morning jog.
Wait, 6 miles?
It's not that far, to be honest. But jogging the entire distance is a woof.
I heard you all chatting, so I decided to come down. I sure could use some of that endless energy everyone else has.
good morning, everyone.
Morning. Can someone fetch me a cup of coffee? More milk, hold the sugar.
There's an
Sure.
idea.
I'd be happy to do that for you.
No, you can't go anywhere. Please, have a seat over here so I can get started on your makeup. The last thing I want is coffee stains on my costumes.
I can get the coffee. It's the perfect job for an assistant.
Kind of sad she's not in the film.
So much energy. Seriously, what's her secret?
Sugar, I expect.
Oh, Yoimiya's always like that. But you sure look exhausted, Farina. It's because you're not used to waking up so early, huh?
Or maybe she's finally got a break.
Of course not. I spent the whole night reading the novel from cover to cover, marking sections that either need to be omitted or adapted.
Wow. Paimon didn't expect you to be so thorough.
Why not?
Well, I was the biggest star in all of Fontaine after all. It takes more than just a pretty face to earn a reputation like that. I know how to get serious when a situation calls for it. I went all out when I was acting as an Archon, so why wouldn't I do the same for my own life?
Here's your coffee, Director Farina.
There it goes, spilled. It's gonna be rubbish, isn't it?
Oh, thank you. The sound of being called director and the aroma of coffee feels almost as refreshing as hearing the birds chirping in the morning.
Ah, it seems everyone has managed to arrive on time.
I'm gonna save last my chocolate because I got.
We've reached an agreement with the restaurant owner. We are free to use the second floor to shoot our film.
I've got enough chocolate fingers I could use them as straws.
He is really looking forward to our film, and hopes that providing his restaurant as a filming location will attract more customers. Well then, Mr. Xavier, I'll leave the rest to you.
I feel like this is a film full of brands, you know? You know when
Okay,
you see a
thanks.
character hold up a thing of Pepsi and drink it just casually on screen.
First, I'd like to introduce our new members.
Oh, wait, do I know you? Because you're kind of NPCs until you
This
see
is
me.
our prop manager, Veronique.
No, I don't
She'll
know
be
you.
in charge of all the film's props and items. And this is Bono, our lighting technician. He'll be in charge of lighting and illumination to set up each scene's atmosphere.
Sure
I'm
feels
chuck
like you have
loaded.
some real professionals joining the crew now.
First of all, please allow me to first express my sincerest gratitude to everyone in the crew.
Again.
When my investor informed me yesterday that he wouldn't be able to provide the funds, I really thought that this was the nail in the coffin for this film. I had no idea that I'd find so many people willing to help me on such short notice. Thank you. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart.
No need to be so cordial, Mr. Xavier. We're all honored to be a part of this.
Your works made a profound impression on me when I saw them back in Inazuma.
How many quests do you need to actually complete? If you don't do quick starts? I'm wondering.
I am sure that someday, this film will be remembered as a prime example of cultural exchange between Fontaine and Inazuma.
Yes, the story is the reason I agreed to join. I can't bear to even imagine what this film would look like without the very best director.
Anyway, I would like to make a promise to everyone that as the producer of this film, I'll do whatever I can to ensure that everything goes as smoothly as possible. This is not just my film. It also embodies the thoughts and feelings of every person here, as well as the endless effort we are about to pour into it.
Xavier, all his stuff is minor. He wasn't even voiced until this.
So, without further ado, the Two Musketeers will officially begin filming now!
Where's Timon's clapboard?
Director Farina.
All right, listen up, everyone. The first scene takes place when the two young musketeers are living at the Baron's home, still unaware of all that is about to happen to them. We'll need props and lighting to set the scene. Our lead actors can go get their makeup done, and extras, please take this time to go over your positions.
I'm glad we're not on stage this time.
Whoa. Seems Farina's really kicking things into gear as the director.
Is everyone clear? I don't want anyone traipsing around the set like umbrella finches. All right, cameras will start rolling as soon as the set is ready. Let's make a film that'll make some serious waves in Fontaine. Not the kind of waves that drown people.
Didn't have to bring that up.
Good kind of waves.
She's still traumatized.
Seems like she's still a bit traumatized by that. Anyway, let's go see if there's anything we can do to help.
Okay. Priya, you okay?
I don't need any help here.
Yeah, I see now.
How about here?
Look.
You got it.
Hey, Yoimiya, do you need a hand?
No, I'm fine. You know, doing the lighting is kind of like designing a fireworks show. It's interesting to imagine what kind of atmosphere the lights will create. I heard that the Traveler will be operating the camera and Paimon will be the clapper loader, right? Those roles are just perfect for the two of you.
I wish I could justify buying the clapper.
Really? Is that because it'll be easy for Paimon to hold the clapperboard while flying?
Well, sure, there's that, but that's not exactly what I meant. I just think that after all your journeys together, you two must have developed a super close bond and just naturally know how to work with each other. If I'm not mistaken, the director will want the cameras rolling as soon as the clapperboard goes clack. Oh, I see. It's amazing to see the magic behind filmmaking.
Yoimiya, we need lights over there, too.
Oh, on it! I've got to get back to work. Chat with you later. Oh, it's exciting to see so many people working together to bring the film to life.
Seems like Yoimiya's really getting into it. But she was right. We do have a super close bond.
Yep, it's like he stuck to me with like super glue.
Paimon's really happy to hear that.
Okay. Can I talk to you over here? I can.
Ah, so this is what a musket looks like.
That's not a musket, that's... I know, possibly know what that is, actually. I know it's a gun.
Not exactly.
Nah, I'm going to get Shenyu Vale first. Or Dorman Port. Or some sort of extension region like Inkanomiya and Chasm.
Ayaka has mentioned you to me before. She said that you two were great friends when you were kids.
Pistols, that's the name. That's what I'm looking for, the guns.
No talking. I'm thinking about how to do your eyeshadow.
Ah,
Ooh.
yes. To help me really look the part.
The thing is, will he actually change and look like he's got eyeshadow on? One thing I'm annoyed about is the character we play, Ayato, when you actually got him, our Ayato doesn't have a little beauty mark under his lip.
To achieve a more young and naive look for this scene.
Are you saying the wrinkles around my eyes are too deep?
Yep.
You just have too much of a calculating look in your eyes.
You sure don't mince your words. It seems you really haven't changed much.
You old. Alright, where am I going? Oh, here we go.
So, this is a real musket?
No, it's a pistol.
No, it's just a prop weapon.
Not bad. Have you seen a real musket before?
Nope, and we haven't yet either.
Only in books and newspapers. I made this one based on the relative shape and proportions I saw in reference images. When we're filming, some special gunpowder will be applied around the muzzle, which will help create the flash and smoke effects of a real gun being fired.
Which means it'll be up to the actors to portray the recoil.
That's right. The sound effects for gunshots will also be added in post-production.
Oh.
Thank you, Veronique. I think I know where to start now. However, the musket's gears and firing pin could still use some work. Adding some wear on the metallic components will make them appear more realistic. Also, be sure to rub the muskets with some oil each time before we start shooting. That'll give the impression that the firearms have been well maintained.
I want lava rivers in that one, okay? I demand a lava river.
Good point.
I hate lava rivers, but it's got to have a lava river.
You seem to know a lot, Miss Chevres. I assume you use these types of firearms on a regular basis?
Yes, I perform routine maintenance on my weapons every day. Just like we as people need to eat and sleep, muskets need to be cleaned and maintained.
I also perform similar care for my sword every day, and familiarize myself with its shape and weight, to the point where it feels like a natural extension of my body.
Yes, this way, our weapons will never betray us in the heat of battle.
Yes, well said. It seems we have the same philosophy on this topic.
If they had better editors, they could use the sword and just edit it into being edit it into being a musket.
Oh, sounds like they found a common interest to talk about.
Though these props differ from the muskets I use, I can still give you some pointers.
Good. I look forward to your instruction.
First and foremost, never point the weapon at anyone, regardless of whether it's a real or prop weapon, or whether you're holding it or it's on the table.
Smart.
This holds for any time when you're not actively engaging an enemy.
Okay, understood.
When aiming the musket, extend your arm so that it's level with your shoulder, and use your eye to look down the weapon's sights.
And don't put it tight against your shoulder, because if you fire it, you will dislocate your shoulder. Or at least crack some of your teeth.
Like this?
No.
Not bad. Now, try saying your lines.
This is the end of the road.
She's gone sideways.
Good. Now turn your body a little. That way, you'll give your enemy less of a target to work with. And relax your shoulders. Here, allow me to demonstrate.
That's not how you fire a gun.
This is the end of the road for you.
The ball you've got in that is going to roll right out at that angle.
Huh. Excuse me, Miss Chiori. Director Farina, there's something I wish to discuss with you.
Oh? What is it?
Like this?
Yes, much better.
What do you think?
I do see your point. But are you sure you wish to do this?
Have you ever made a Fatui into a boss fight? We only got Skara and... yeah, her from Inazuma. Senora. We've also got Child. suppose he counts.
I believe it would be most fitting.
Well, if you insist. All right, I understand.
I think we're okay with 3 of them.
Miss Ayaka, Miss Chevris, could the two of you please come over here?
Let me guess. Ayaka's been replaced.
Huh? What's going on? Are we gonna start filming now?
Let's go see.
What is it?
I have a question for you, Miss Chevris. Would you be willing to play the role of a musketeer?
What?
To clarify, I would like to turn over my role to Miss Chevris.
But brother...
Don't worry, Ayaka. I actually view this as a good thing. I was becoming troubled trying to set aside some time to speak to the staff at the Palais Mermonia. I would like to have some conversations about the cultural exchange between our two countries. And I've heard that the bureaucratic process here can get rather complicated. Now, I will be able to focus on my work. Besides, you also know that I'm not really one for public performances.
He's dipping his back now to the last minute.
Are you really sure?
From a director's point of view, I also felt like the relationship between the two musketeers in the original story could be improved. The older brother in the story plays the lead role with his overbearing character, but this causes his character to overshadow that of his sister, and the theme of the two supporting and relying on each other isn't conveyed very well. But if we were to change the siblings to two sisters of a similar age, then that aspect of the story might come through more clearly.
But that's gonna like cut down half your audience who want a guy hero.
Also, I've seen you instructing Ayaka. That cold and dignified personality is exactly what we need for the older musketeer.
Of course, even with all these insights, the decision should still be made by Miss Chevris.
I'd rather replace Ayaka with Chevris, to be honest. She's a bit too timid for the role. We kind of need Ayato to be all calculating, you know?
Chevros mentioned that she really likes the story, right? Paimon bets that she'll take the role.
All right.
Good. It's decided then. I'll get started on making edits to the script. We'll
Things are a bit
also need to
much of
make
an edit.
some immediate adjustments to the lighting, props, and costumes. I have a feeling that our adaptation will be even better than the original story.
Well, to be fair, isn't attack mode the other form of the actual Archon mode?
You're doing a great favor for me, Miss Chevris. You have my gratitude.
Don't mention it. I like this character, so if anything, I should be the one thanking you.
Well, since my brother is the one who brought up the idea, I suppose there's no need to worry. Let's go, Miss Chevris. I look forward to working with you.
Please, just call me Chevris.
We have to really...
Seems like you're really going out of your
Yeah, the
way to
Archon had
solve
long
the
hair.
problem I was having with your makeup.
Remember the execution scene? Where one of them's... They both danced, but the Archon had the long hair.
Surely you jest, Chiori. I assure you that I was mostly motivated by a desire to spend more time on formal business.
Oh, come on. You really think I'd buy that? According to what I've heard from Ayaka, her brother is someone who can juggle 10 different matters at the same time. I'm sure you have other reasons for backing out.
Perhaps. Ayaka always said she wanted to go out and see more of the world, just like the Traveler. But I feel that she needs not only to see other nations, but also to make some different kinds of friends. I think it would be harder for her to make new connections with me constantly by her side.
Oh, he's in brother mode.
I would like to give her some space.
Alright, go on. Spoil her some more.
Ayato, it's too bad you're stepping down from the role. Paimon really wanted to see you act as a musketeer.
No need to poke fun at me. I'd wager that you also felt that I wasn't the best candidate for the role.
Not really.
It's a little hard for Paimon to imagine you saying those lines.
Yeah, and I think when people in Inazuma saw it, they wouldn't be able to take you serious either.
Yes, I've made an appointment to meet some people from the Palais Mermonia. Now, I will have some more time to prepare.
Traveler, get the camera ready. Paimon, get the clapperboard. Actors, to your positions. We're about to start shooting the first scene.
Or are we pretending this place is a
Go
mansion?
on now. And please take good care of Ayaka.
Yep, don't worry.
Thank you. I look forward to seeing the film when it's finished.
All right. Now that we're all here, let me help set the scene for everyone.
Do we have to actually do anything? Because I don't want to.
The first scene takes place when our two main characters are still living at the Baron's estate. They've been ostracized and verbally abused by others in the household, but they still have no idea why. We want to capture how naive and innocent they are, despite their pain. Chevres will be playing the role of the older sister, Tulip, and Ayaka will be the younger sister, Iris. Be sure to get close-ups of the main characters at the right moment.
Please tell me we don't shoot a character.
Lights, camera, action!
Let's go!
Tulip, Mother's been out for quite a while now.
Perhaps she went to pick some flowers on the way home. You know how she loves flowers.
Iris, Tulip, I'm home.
Mother, you were out for so long. We were beginning to worry about you.
I have to do stuff.
I'm sorry, but I'm back now, safe and sound. Here, I brought your favorite treat, apple turnovers.
Mother, what are those bruises on your hand?
Huh? What bruises? Oh, I must have bumped into something while I was working yesterday.
But I didn't notice them this morning.
Then perhaps they're from when I accidentally tripped when I was out just now.
Would like to point out I did do a brief film course.
By the way, did you have fun playing at home?
Really brief.
What's the matter, Iris?
Well, we've realized that no one really wants to play with us.
They even took Iris's doll and spat at us.
And they even called us names. They said we were...
Shh. It's all right. Don't worry. Girls, listen to me. It doesn't matter what anyone says. Don't listen to them. No one can define you with such words. You both have wonderful lives ahead of you. Just like your names. You will both blossom like beautiful flowers. Maybe your time to blossom hasn't quite come yet. But one day, you two will bloom more
Has that
beautifully
flower always
than
been in the
anything
background? I
else.
just noticed it now.
Don't let the soil you're in now ruin your future beauty. Understand? My dear daughters.
And cut!
I think we did a good job there.
Not bad. The actors' emotions were all on point. Let's keep that take.
Wet socks girl. Ugh.
Also, if our clapper loader could avoid shouting at the start of the scene next time...
Yeah, Paimon, you're the only screw up.
Oh, got it.
Great. I was a little worried that my nerves would get the better of me. What about you, Chevres?
I felt fine. The lines weren't too difficult at all. Seems like Farina must have adapted the role nicely.
Yep.
You two were great. I couldn't tell it was your first time acting in a film. You should have more confidence.
Thank you for your encouragement.
Positions, everyone! We'll move on to the next scene after we try a few more camera angles.
Okay.
This scene is when our two characters return home, only to discover their mother has been murdered. Ready? Lights! Camera! Action!
Zip it, Paimon.
Mother, we're back. Mother?
wrong, Tulip?
Iris, stay away!
Huh? Why? What's... Mother! She's...
Are you gonna check her pulse?
There's poison in this cup.
How can you tell?
Huh? I could have sworn I've seen this kind of cup before.
That's a reach. You work in the mansion. I'm sure it lives there. Well, I'm sure it originated there.
Those aristocrats. They didn't even try to cover up their actions.
Oh yeah, I did say it was a bit obvious.
Iris, we need to leave this place.
Leave? But now that Mother is gone...
Look at those tears.
where
She's
can
very
we
good.
go?
Anywhere. All I know is that we can't stay in this house.
But... are we just going to let them get away with this?
We'll have our revenge, I promise you. Just not right now.
Yeah, you could be next.
Come on, let's go.
No, wait. We can't just leave Mother here like this. At least let me leave this rose with her.
And you pulled it out from where?
That's why we went out in the first place. To buy her this flower.
Alright.
You're in Fontaine and you bought a flower?
Goodbye, Mother.
Literally everywhere.
We'll avenge you. Someday.
And cut! Beautiful! Great performance!
I wonder if they're going to film underground. You know, in the place underneath Fontaine.
Oh my, you're so amazing, Ayaka! And were those real tears I saw? How did you do it?
Probably thought of her actual mother.
I was surprised too.
Thank you for the kind compliments. Actually, as soon as Director Farina said action, I told myself not to think about anything. I just felt the weight of the moment and became the character.
She's a natural method actor. which is more can I say for some of the people I know. I know someone who just goes completely googly-eyed the second they're on camera.
You clear your mind and focus only on what's happening in front of you.
Ayaka's performance was amazing. Have I discovered an acting prodigy?
Yep.
Pipe down, everyone! We need to move on to the next scene!
So are we going underground next? Cause I like that the atmosphere of the sewers. I mean, she's got to learn how to use muskets somewhere. Granted, firing underground is probably a very bad idea. I learned that from Die Hard. Never fire a gun in an enclosed space. You will deafen yourself.
Huh? Are we done already? But Paimon wants to keep playing with the clapperboard.
Give a traveler a rest, they look tired.
How do you feel, Traveler? Is your arm sore from holding the camera all day?
Good work, you two.
You too, Shivers. You were quite the actress today.
I've read this novel many times before. I have a good grasp of my character's mindset. Anyway, do you remember my request from yesterday?
Vaguely.
Oh, right! We were having so much fun that Paimon nearly forgot! You have a case where the murders seem really similar to the cases in the novel, right? So, how are they similar exactly?
In the story, the main characters grow up to become two musketeers, always using their guns to carry out their revenge.
Yay, serial killers! Woo!
And on each of the victims, they place a rainbow rose as a signal that they've returned. Yes, that's correct. We found rainbow roses just like in the novel. Seems like you're connecting the dots now.
No, you just quite literally gave us a picture.
Oh, that
no dots need to
pretty
connect.
concerning.
You haven't connected shit.
Especially
Especially after seeing the script today. Oh, now Paimon can't stop wondering what kind of ulterior motive the murderer might have.
Copycat?
What do you think, Traveler? You're smart. Paimon wants to hear your thoughts.
Good. On behalf of Fontaine's Special Security and Surveillance Patrol, thank you for your dedication to justice.
And thank you for hiring a complete outsider who you've no idea of the motives of.
There's no time to lose.
We have no qualifications, but we'll help.
Follow me.
Huh? Right now? Well, we just got done filming all day. Paimon's so tired.
The most valuable intel always comes after nightfall. They are like small, remote islands in the middle of the sea. If you don't stay vigilant, you will pass right by them in the fog.
That seems like a fib, but okay.
That's how one of my favorite books always puts it, at least.
Okay, so it's fictional. It's just... that's not true.
So, where are we going right now?
Let's start by checking out some workshops that sell mechanical components. If the culprit is making their own weapons, it's very likely that they'll visit those sort of places.
Please don't arrest this guy, okay? Because he's making our clockwork clocks. Yeah, I haven't got a clockwork clock from this guy yet, even though I've given him all the materials. Yeah, one day she's gonna be really caught up in the say the wrong thing.
I'll catch up.
Shreep. What a name! Zugni. Okay, anyway. Livre! Hello.
Welcome to Le Show's Clockwork Workshop. How can
Well,
I
it's
help
not
you?
him, because we've done an event with him and they wouldn't make him to a murderer, I
Hello.
don't think.
I'd like to know if anyone has purchased some special components lately.
Then again.
Special components? Sorry, could you be more specific?
I mean the kind of components that aren't typically used for clockwork toys, but for firearms.
Huh? For firearms? No, we don't sell those sort of things here.
Really?
Don't misunderstand. I'm not here to cause any trouble. We are merely investigating a case, and we're hoping that you could cooperate.
Even just oil would be fine.
Well, to be completely honest, I'm not even sure what kind of components that would entail.
Trigger bits.
Has anyone ever purchased components here as an individual rather than on behalf of an organization?
We have a lot of customers who buy toys, but those who buy components are all regular customers who buy in bulk on behalf of their organization.
Is that so? I understand. Thank you for your cooperation.
Well, can you give us a list of those ones who did it recently? But that's the problem. They could do. They could go for leftovers, or they could they could buy a clock and disassemble it for the pieces
You're
they need.
welcome. It's the least I can do.
What she's looking for is really a needle in a haystack.
Someone needs assistance.
I mean, have you seen how many clockwork things there are in this city?
I'll catch up.
Oh, there's more kids showing up.
I'll catch up.
I think Fontaine's just too big. Now it's promised a second city.
Oh,
Have I
hey,
heard from
Chevron.
you? Happy birthday.
Run out of
Not
oil
yet.
For your musket again?
I'll check after this.
Hello, Estelle. I want to know if anyone has come to your shop recently to order some firearm components.
Oh, is this another case? Let me think. I don't think so. Some people have requested that I make some prop guns for the Fontinalia Film Festival, but I refused all of those requests.
Oh? Why's that?
Because there's no profit! I only make things here that can do some real heavy lifting. I don't have the energy to make some new molds just for the festival.
Then has anybody come specifically looking for mechanical components?
Well, I usually sell off my scrap to the Fleuve Cendre. I don't typically give them to one specific person.
I understand. Thanks for your cooperation.
Don't mention it. Always happy to have the Musketeers' patronage.
Seems like we haven't found any leads to go off yet.
Yeah,
needle in a haystack.
Alright, let's head to Flivsandra next.
Huh? Are you sure? People might not be so thrilled to see the captain of the special patrol there.
Yeah, we're in
You
disguise.
think so, huh? Then I guess you don't know.
Huh? Know what?
That I grew up in Flivsandra.
Oh. Okay. Right, what was that line you were on about? Farina's happy birthday. Okay.
Happy birthday! Here, please take this ticket as your gift. It's a VIP seat to see Happy Day. Just don't forget to show up to the performance. What's Happy Day? Well, I wanted to keep it a surprise. But it's an opera that I've rehearsed personally. It's about a big group of people that gather together to celebrate a certain very important person. You understand now, right? Just don't forget to come.
I'm getting so many mixed signals from Farina. Does she like us? Does she hate us? She should hate us. But that's a lot of effort. And wait, was that line there before we did our character quest and fixed her trauma and booted her out of her macaroni hell? I mean, she did quit acting, but now she's suddenly arranging an opera. Down we go. Yeah, I think that just breaks the immersion a bit. As far as lines go, it's not too bad though. Yeah. These two kids need to jump in here and drown. Ugh. And yes, it is personal. Yeah. Sunder, I can never pronounce that. Emerald, who are you? What happens if I talk to you?
Hello, I'd like to ask some questions.
Okay.
I don't know anything.
Don't worry, I'm not here to arrest an...
You say that now.
It's the truth. Here, take this as my guarantee.
Is it Mora?
Did Paimon just see what she thinks she saw? Is the captain of the special patrol bribing a citizen?
Seems you're different from the other guards. What do you want to know?
Have you heard anything related to Muskets in Flivsandra lately? Anything at all?
Muskets, huh? All I know is that about 2 weeks ago, we started hearing some loud noises at night. So loud that it's been waking me up.
Were they gunshots?
Possibly. It's hard to tell around here.
That could be me.
Someone's house collapsing, a pipe exploding somewhere. It's all the same. But the noises I'm talking about definitely happened after I fell asleep.
What's that in the background? Is that a turtle?
Do you know where the noises were coming from?
I don't remember clearly.
Is it that
It's
you
a
don't
turtle.
remember, or
Why
that
is
you need to think about
why
it
is a
some
turtle
more?
here? Is that always here?
You tell me.
Then please, think about it.
She's giving her even more Mora.
The noises came from the end of the southern waterway. I came out and had a look for myself when I wasn't sleeping well, but I didn't dare get too close. That's all I know.
Okay.
All right, I'll take your word for it.
Thanks for the
Neither did I.
practice, boy.
Okay, now can we end the cutscene? I need to look at the turtle.
No need to be surprised.
Where'd the
I
turtle
grew
go?
up here, remember? I know how to get people around here to talk. Seems you catch on pretty quick. Now then, let's keep going.
So there's a turtle. We are not moving until we look at that turtle. Oh my god. It's got to be a quest or something. Oh, okay. What if I hit it? It's got a tattoo. It's got... I would pull for this turtle. He has said nothing. He has done nothing. He just sits there, but I would pull for him on a banner. I might like this. It's like the dog in Inazuma. Oh.
It's been a while, Tetro.
Please.
What a name.
Just get on with your request.
I want to know if you've heard anybody talking about muskets lately.
There's a guy right behind us.
Information isn't free, you know.
I've heard that bandits have been extremely active in the countryside recently, and they've been affecting the delivery of goods to Poisson. I can allocate some more manpower to help out with that problem. What do you say?
I know, but isn't that... Everyone wants animals. I think everyone would go nuts if we could pet the animals as well.
One of our men got drunk at dinner about a month ago and lost his gun. 3 days later, it turned up in the corner here.
What's weird about that? He just forgot where he put it, right?
This is Fleuve Cendre, my friend. Anything of value left in the tavern won't ever make it to the next day. But that gun turned out to be an exception. It didn't get any new wear and tear on it, and didn't even appear to have been fired. We were quite mystified as to what could have happened.
So you left it there because it could have been a murder weapon.
I suspect it came back because the weapon was already known to the guards.
You mean a criminal was afraid the Marechaussee Phantom would use the shot marks to track them down? Maybe. But if that's the case, the culprit really took great care to avoid getting caught.
I mean, I buy characters for aesthetics all the time. Okay, see you later.
I didn't say anything about a criminal.
In Fleuve Cendre, knowing who was killed is as easy as knowing what clothes you're wearing today. It's the guy living in the east side, isn't it? I've never liked him. Every time he's here, he just orders a drink and sits there with a nasty look in his eyes.
So he gives you money and just sits quietly.
So,
and you hate him for that.
the gun in the first place?
Don't bother. Even if you asked, he wouldn't admit to owning a gun to some strangers. Not to mention the captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
He's right.
Seriously, we need to just pay for his alcohol then.
I know you grew up here, Chevres. Even though you're on good terms with the Spina, you've still been gone too long. Not many people know you here now, and a lot of people don't like the Special Patrol.
I know.
So take my advice and don't show your face too much around here. It's for your own safety.
I'll come and go as I please, and I'm afraid I'll be appearing more often due to my work.
All right. Don't say I didn't warn you.
I bet she's like vibrating in spots, because this is the sort of things you hear in a novel. Where am I going? What is this? Why is there a space up here? I didn't know there was a space up here. Hello? There, I need to actually properly explore this place. There's a turtle I just didn't see till now. What's that down there? Is that a chest? Oh. No, that's a hole. Oh, there is Mara. There's Mara. Should keep remembering that I have Farina. I can quite literally walk in the sewage instead of swimming in it. Okay. Oh, there's a chest.
pleasant surprise. Truly an extra slice of joy.
Yep. Navigating this area is hell. Right. Okay. Where am I going? I'm going here.
What's all this? Some broken planks and barrels, as well as some liquor bottles?
Yeah, I think someone's having a bit of a party over here.
Yes, but have a closer look, Paimon.
Hmm?
Even though somebody has purposefully tried to clean
Gunshots.
them up, these are obviously marks from musket bullets. In other words, someone was here trying to improve their shot. They were using the barrels and bottles for target practice.
Firing underground. That's, well, obviously they've been overheard, but I expect that to
Could it
happen.
have been the killer?
New information. The killer is as dumb as a box of rocks.
Your guess is as good as mine. Although many people at Fleuve Cendres own guns, few hide the fact from others. And even fewer would go to such lengths to hide markings from practice shots. Anyway, let's go. There might be more to this.
Didn't even hide it behind a barrel. Are we going to get a trial?
Seems like that's all we'll be able to uncover for today.
Paimon feels like we managed to learn a lot more here than up on the surface.
But we still have no clue if it's connected.
Yes. Assuming that everything we found is indeed connected to our suspect, then their timeline was probably something like this. A month ago, our suspect found a gun and took it home to disassemble it. Once he'd figured out its mechanics, he brought it back. In the following weeks, he used some parts to create his own makeshift musket, and took it to the Fleuve Cendres for target practice.
Surprised he didn't blow himself up.
Then, a few days ago, he found his target and carried out the murder. Once the deed was done, he left a rainbow rose on the body, just like the scene in the novel.
Yeah, calling cards are stupid.
That all makes sense to Paimon, but we're still no closer to figuring out the killer's identity.
The deceased was a resident of Fleuve Cendres. It's said that he was a poor, solitary man. Yeah, that's also something I'm trying to figure out. If we are indeed following the novel, and there's a story behind the murder, then this murder should be an act of vengeance. But according to our investigation, the deceased didn't have any enemies.
Well, maybe they're not following maybe they're not following it. Maybe it's got different personal reasons and it's just unconnected to it.
He was no saint, but no one's heard of a rival who hated him enough to shoot him dead. Much less care to leave a rose on his body.
I wonder if everyone's ever counted the NPCs before and after this quest.
To whom exactly? We've thoroughly investigated that possibility. He claims to have spent the whole day at the Opera House on the day of the murder, and the staff there have confirmed his account.
Okay, so he has an alibi.
Wait, what if the guy who's dead is the author?
Not only that, he lacks a credible motive as well. He has a family of his own, and both of his parents are still alive. I've looked into his records.
Adopted,
he was adopted at the age of 6, and all the proper procedures were followed. There are also records of him at an orphanage before then. In the story, the mother of the 2 musketeers was murdered after the children turned 10. Of course, he could have changed the children's ages, but I don't want to assume anything without evidence.
Oh, what camera techniques are we going to make Chevreuse and Ayaka look like they're 10 years old?
More importantly, I've also had a chat with him in person. He didn't seem like the kind of person who would pull the trigger to kill a man.
Then again, Ayaka was pretty convincing with the tears. And the voice, actually.
We have all this new information, but it doesn't help us move forward.
Investigations take time. I didn't expect us to catch the culprit in just a single day. How about this? Let's spend the next few days filming with the crew. We can continue the investigation once we're done with the film. I'm sure that given time, new leads will present themselves.
Could use the film as bait.
Wait, but weren't you saying Intel is like small, remote islands in the middle of the sea just a moment ago? Wouldn't you just miss them if you were to stop looking?
Ah, but the book had more than one reference to the islands, Paimon.
Oh? What else did it say then?
As long as you spend enough time sailing through the fog, you'll eventually come across an island.
That's nonsense. What if you're sailing in a circle? Also, you could run into rocks.
What? Never thought that the captain of the security and surveillance patrol could come from the fleuve? You mean rising through the ranks? It was a struggle, for sure. But as long as you can distinguish yourself through your accomplishments and skills, you'll eventually be recognized for your worth.
I bet they recognize her for our vision. And possibly our hair too. Where is our vision? Well, there it is. Nigh on invisible at this angle.
If you look at it another way, my life at Fleuve Sandra has actually taught me a lot of valuable skills. Skills like how to barter with criminals or how to think in their shoes. Of course, I'd appreciate it if you could keep this a secret between us.
Yeah, sure. Let me just get a camera out so I can see the vision. There we go. Okay, you can barely see it. Nice chain. I don't like the rest of the character. Anyway. Wait till the following morning. 8.
It's filming time again! Our schedule is jam-packed for the next couple of days, too. We've got so many different locations and sets to cover.
Ah.
Anyway, let's head out and meet up with the others.
Yep. I've never actually gone backwards, you know? Just trying to get up. From Fleur Sandra instead of just teleporting. I'll do that one day when I'm really bored. There we go. Very sunny. Oh, I see. We've done loads of filming there. Okay.
Good work, everyone. We're looking to wrap with our 2 main ladies today. I can already smell our success.
Sounds sweaty.
What do you mean, looking to wrap? Oh, aren't you the expert now?
Vaguely.
This upcoming scene is the 2 Musketeers' final confrontation with the Baron. There will be quite a bit of action, but no choreography beyond what we've already rehearsed.
Anyway, is you me? I'm going to become our first
Lights,
dead character.
Camera! Action!
The view is beautiful tonight. It reminds me of that fateful night 10 years ago. And now that I've said it, I can even make out the faint fragrance of herbal tea in the air.
Enough, villain! It's time that you pay for the death of our mother!
My dear Iris, have you forgotten your manners? How can you speak like this to your own father?
I'd sooner swallow all of my teeth than call you father.
What did I expect? Seems the daughters have turned out to be just as obstinate as their foolish mother. In this world, mora and status is everything. She thought she could blackmail me using her children and force me to grant her recognition and concessions? Ah, how naive can a woman be?
Mother never asked a single thing of you. All she wished was for us to live a peaceful life, just like the others.
It was you who personally brewed the poison of prejudice and sent Mother to her death. Compared to that deadly poison, the 2 bullets that will soon pierce through your heart will be like sweet mercy.
And that's exactly why I said you're just as naive as her. Did you really think 2 muskets would be enough to defeat me? So let's see. What is stronger? Mora and power, or the 2 muskets in your hands?
Is there a fight scene?
Get them!
Oh, it is!
Tulip! There are too many of them!
It'll be okay. We'll cover each other, Iris. And Mother will be watching over us too.
Oh my god, she's actually good. Well, I don't really need...
Drop your weapons!
I'm glad we got a oh, she's got the sword! She's got the spear. The spear I gave to Zhongli. It's fully leveled as well. Rightful reward. Why is she at level 88? Novice oblige. Oh, if we get a lot of her actually. She's good. What is she level on? Ugh. Oh, she has a way to tell. I need to see how our charge attack. What if I hold this? Eh. At least we finally got a tester.
You've lost.
To think I'd lose to my own 2 kids.
We are no children of yours, and we'll never call that place our home.
Then tell me, what did you do all this for? You lost your mother, and will soon kill your father as well. What will you gain in the end, other than sentences for your crimes?
Yeah, I'm curious too.
We will gain our long-awaited justice. It's over.
Finally, it's over.
So who did kill her? Why would he... Did she bribe him? Did she try to blackmail him?
So, where will you go now, Tulip?
Well, you're going too. You also helped kill him. You also helped murder him.
I'm not too sure, Iris. Maybe somewhere with lots of flowers? After all, Mother always did love going where the blossoms were. What about you?
I want to go visit Mother's grave.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Huh? Tulip, look!
What is it?
It's just casually dead in the background.
It's Mother's favorite. The rainbow rose. Look, it's blooming again.
Excellent! That was beyond mesmerizing. Even I didn't expect the scene to go so well. And we got it in a single take.
I was kind of thinking that musket would be replaced by the real one, and they'd accidentally shoot the guy.
Alright, everyone. We've got a wrap for Tulip and Iris.
Congratulations, Ayaka and Chevres!
Thank you. I didn't expect our parts to wrap so quickly. I wish I could savor the experience for just a bit longer.
Paimon totally understands. Paimon's not ready to say goodbye to the clapperboard either. Filming has really been a lot of fun.
She's gonna walk away with the clapperboard.
Right too, Chevres. The way you said, long-awaited justice. It gave Paimon chills.
That is indeed my favorite line in the whole book. I still remember trying to act it out in my room the first few times I read it.
Whoa, Paimon would have never guessed you're that type.
What do you mean that type? I think everyone does that at some point.
Who doesn't like stories where the guilty are punished and justice prevails over evil? Don't forget, I'm the captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
Nah, I kind of prefer it when it's like, when there's some details are left murky.
Captain,
but not
I have
plot
something
holes.
urgent to report. Please excuse me, everyone. I'll be back in just a moment.
It's okay, don't worry about us.
So where is the scene where Yoimiya gets shot?
Oh? Was she whisked away by work already? I was just about to tell her how great she did.
It seemed like some urgent official business.
Then perhaps we should thank the stars that we were able to wrap both of your parts so quickly today. Switching around the filming schedule would have been a real pain. Anyway, I actually came over to let everyone know that we're all done for today. You can go home and get some rest. And one last thing, Miss Ayaka. Your acting skills today were immaculate as always. Are you sure you won't consider taking up full-time acting? See, I just happen to know this great troupe that's still looking
Cough,
for
little
a
Oceanid cough.
Thank you for your kind words, Director Farina. Unfortunately, there are still many matters that I have to take care of back home at the Yashiro Commission. I cannot remain in Fontaine to pursue an acting career.
Aww.
Nevertheless, I will make sure to treasure this incredible opportunity in my heart.
Why didn't you start up a acting troupe in Inazuma?
Oh, that's a shame. But I understand. Just let me know if you ever change your mind.
I believe it's also about time for me to take my leave. But hopefully I'll see you on set over the next few days. Even though my part's wrapped, I'd still like to swing by and help out the crew. See you tomorrow, Traveler and Paimon.
Yep, see you tomorrow. What should we do next? Maybe we'll go investigate the case some more with Chevres today.
Yep.
Traveler, Paimon, please come with me.
Huh? Where are we going?
You could
The
say
case.
that our ship has finally chanced upon one of those small, remote islands of intel.
Here we go. I hope we get another chance to fight with Chevreuse. She's really good. You know, I'm going to main Chevreuse when I get her. Let me just move my headphones a bit. Ah. Oh, ouch. Sorry about that, my ear was just really suddenly itchy. I hate it when that happens. Luminous spells.
Paimon's exhausted. Paimon definitely didn't expect having to float this far after a full day of filming.
How much energy does it take to float anyway?
Why did you take us here?
Affirmative. It wasn't anything conclusive, but it should show us a clear way forward. Have you ever heard of someone by the name of Emily?
Only in the voice lines.
Perfumer?
She's a good friend of mine. She's lent me her aid several times in the past to resolve some difficult cases. After I discovered the rainbow rose at the scene of the murder, I sent it to her. After all, she's probably the foremost expert on flowers and scents in all of Fontaine.
And then?
There was nothing remarkable about the flower or the trace amounts of soil left on it.
But did it say where the soil came from?
But according to Emily, the rainbow rose left by the killer was derived from a very rare cultivar.
Oh. They're not as common as dirt flowers then.
I didn't know that there were different varieties of rainbow rose. Paimon just thought they grew everywhere in the wild.
Paimon, you're
Flowers that are
uneducated.
deliberately cultivated will always show some different features from those that bloom in the wild. We already knew that the rose left at the scene belonged to a special cultivar, but with Emily's expertise, we were able to pinpoint the place where it was first picked from.
Oh, Paimon gets it now. So whoever first planted that rainbow rose was probably the killer.
Precisely. And after we checked what we learned against some sales records from the past, we discovered that there's only one person in all of Fontaine who could grow and sell this specific cultivar.
You probably sold it to the killer.
Really? And who is it?
It's the novelist.
Called it!
But didn't you say he had an alibi?
To be clear, I haven't changed my mind about him. I still don't think he was the one who pulled the trigger. However, that doesn't mean the true culprit never visited him at his home or never purchased a rainbow rose from his garden. Whatever the case, we will have to confirm a number of things with him.
So you mean the next place we need to go is...
Yes, we're going to pay him a visit at his home.
What if the book was based off real-life events? He really should have published after he killed... Well, maybe he shouldn't publish at all.
I'll catch up.
Let's get another Chevrolet, shall we? Let's get another trial. Hope for another trial.
That should be his house.
There are so many Gardamex stationed around the place. That's pretty unusual, right?
No, I think this place is usually covered in
last time we
Gardamex.
spoke, he hired them so he won't be harassed or disturbed.
Huh. So there are a lot of flowers in his garden, but Paimon doesn't think we'll be able to pick one without alerting the Gardamex.
Right. Which is exactly why I think there has to be a special connection between him and the killer.
So, should we knock?
Just wait here for now. I'd like to take care of a number of those Gardamex first.
Isn't that illegal?
They're so far away. How are you planning to do that?
Paimon,
Don't
she's
forget,
a musketeer.
Paimon, I'm actually the real-life captain of the Musketeers.
Let me do this. Can I do this, please? I know this is an event where I can do this, but let me shoot. Let me shoot. I love it when the NPCs just do not pay attention after you shoot their bestie. Easy peasy. So much fun. And I'm frozen. And Neo. What was it? N-I-O-H, right? I love being the archer. I wish we could start out with a bow and arrow, but we don't. So I usually have to muddle forward and die a few hundred times until I get there.
All clear. Let's go.
Oh, wait! I'm a little nervous now that we know he could be the killer. Can we go over our plan of action again?
You can stay here.
I'll go knock on the door and make sure it's safe inside. Once we're sure that we're in the clear, I'll ask him to come with us for a quick round of questioning at the guard's headquarters.
If he's...
But can't we just arrest him?
We still have no evidence that he's the killer, or that he lent the killer any direct aid. Still, it would be appreciated if you could pick a rainbow rose from his garden for me while I'm talking to him. It'll help the Marachose Phantom confirm Emily's theory.
Sure, no problem. Just be careful, Chevraz. I'll catch up.
These don't look to be any state to be picked. Nice flowers though.
Excuse me, Mr. Baptiste. Are you home?
That's a name?
How could it be at this hour?
Oh, it's you, Officer Chevraz.
And we killed all your
Would you mind
Gardamex.
accompanying
We have to
me
hire
the guard's
more.
headquarters, Mr. Baptiste? We would like to ask you some questions about a case.
Oh, is it still regarding the murder case from before?
I cannot confirm or deny that at this time.
So it is then.
Listen, I need you to come with me, Mr. Baptiste.
Miss Chavras, I'll save you the trouble. Oh, and you two over there? There's no need for you to pick my flowers either. It's not time for them to bloom yet.
Oh! Okay.
Yeah, we were kind of rumbled.
By saving me the trouble, you mean...
I will confess. I was the killer.
Called it.
Huh?
He just admitted he's guilty!
Please
He's
relax,
covering for
everyone.
someone.
I'm not armed. The musket you're looking for has been buried in my backyard.
Then it's my responsibility to inform you, Mr. Baptiste, that everything you say right now will be used as evidence for the inevitable trial.
Yes, I am perfectly aware of that.
I must say, I hate this feeling.
Oh? Is it because I confessed? Or because you've been proven wrong?
Both, I suppose.
For the same reason as the one I wrote out in my novel, of course. I did it to exact revenge. I know you haven't figured out the link between the two of us. Had you done so, I'd have been taken away to the headquarters a long time ago. But that won't stop me from always remembering his grotesque face. After all, he was the one who killed my mother.
Your mother is still healthy and well.
You know, I was adopted as a child. I was referring to my birth mother.
That was never recorded in the orphanage's records.
Please forgive a 6-year-old child for concocting some lies to protect himself after watching his mother die right in front of him.
So, your novel, it was like a record of your life?
No, of course not. It was a work of fiction with many embellished parts. But I am indeed the illegitimate son of a wealthy and influential man who abused his power to murder my mother. That part was 100% real.
But the man you killed didn't have a Mora to his name.
He was a hired assassin. An irredeemable beast who sank his fangs into a defenseless woman just for a few bags of Mora.
But if that's really the truth, you wouldn't be telling us any of this now. You still haven't managed to take revenge against your father, the true mastermind behind it all.
I never thought I'd hear that kind of thing from the captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
I'm simply skeptical about your motives.
It's simple, really. I've grown tired of everything and don't want to shoulder this burden anymore. You may have considered me too soft to pull the trigger. Well, as it turns out, you are exactly right. I've become overwhelmed by the aftermath of the murder.
I don't think he did it.
So you're going to call a stop to your revenge, just like that?
The true mastermind is too rich and too powerful for me. I've accepted that I will never be able to avenge my mother alone.
Is that why he wrote the sibling?
The characters in your book never gave up.
Now, Officer
plural.
Chavras, I'm the one who has killed a man, aren't I? Are you trying to convince me to commit another crime?
What's your father's name? How do you plan to prove the veracity of all of your claims?
Well, I'd like to speak with you privately.
Sure. Why don't we speak privately at the guard's headquarters?
No, it has to be here. I must ensure that we won't be overheard.
Fine. Let's talk here.
When I said won't be overheard, I meant by anyone.
Hey, we're basically strangers to Fontaine.
And you alone.
We're not nobility, we're adventurers.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Please stay safe, Chevron.
All right. Let's hear it.
Will you really believe what I'm about to say?
Well, that depends on what you're going to tell me.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Then listen closely.
Oh, come on. Here.
So that's how...
So, it seems you believe me after all.
Do you want me to go public?
No, of course not. At least, not right now.
Then why did you bother telling me?
You've read my work. What do you think? Even if you were to go public with all of this right now, he'd simply deny everything. It's been too long. Almost 20 years. Anything that could be used as evidence has long faded away. Even if there might have been a solitary island of truth
He's also read the same book she has.
It has long sunk beneath the waves by now. Justice will never find him.
Not if you don't try.
I know that as the captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol, you will always stand on the side of justice.
I feel like Paimon and Traveler have the ears of a bat.
Really
Nick not hear this.
A cushy life in prison really constitutes justice for him? I bet he could lead an extremely comfortable life in the fortress of Meripede.
Yeah,
what
that
are you
does.
Trying to say?
Probably.
I've been observing you from a distance. Your portrayal of the Musketeer was exquisite. Pull the trigger of justice against him. Let the villain get what he deserves.
You want me to let you go so you may complete your revenge?
Don't do it, Chevreuse.
No, Officer Chevreuse. I know that would be impossible. No. What I'd like is for you to perform the deed on my behalf.
Absolutely sudden not.
Oh, Chevreuse sure is taking her time. What could they be talking about anyway?
She can't be on my team if she's an inmate at Meripede.
What if he decided to attack her? Oh, you do have a point.
Yeah, she's epic for a 4-star.
Do you have any idea who the rich person might be? And why the novelist doesn't want us to hear what he's saying to Chevreuse?
Even though we've had the ears of a bat and heard it anyway.
You two.
Hey, how did your talk go?
I've already sent someone to escort Baptiste back to the headquarters for questioning. He wasn't lying about the musket. It was indeed buried in his backyard.
But what about the name? Did he tell you the name of the rich guy?
Yes, he did. But for now, I have to return to the Special Patrol. There are still a few loose ends I need to tie up. I'll probably be quite busy over the next few days, so apologies if you don't see me on set.
Alright, Paimon understands if you
We're gonna
can't
end up
tell
with an
us
assassin
everything
our
we
team.
know. We'll just keep an eye on the Steambird then.
Actually, there's still something else I need your help with.
Let's not assassinate someone. I'm still sore from the Tanit people genocide. Which we were complicit in. Does count as following morning? No. Apparently not. Okay. I like how time just moves like at the speed of sound. I wonder if these are just gonna stay here like this.
We haven't seen Chevreuse since that night at Baptiste's place.
Yeah, right here.
Well, guess there's no point in worrying about it now. Let's go join up with the others.
Steady as stone. Time to clean up.
The wrong test subject.
Okay. Anyway. I need to work on my Noelle, so she's really cracked. Are we going to be manipulating this guy? Well, at least we've already got Chevreuse's weapon all done and packed away. I really wanted to save it for Zhongli.
I'll catch up.
I'll take it, I suppose. I'm gonna have to make 2 of them, aren't I? Two level 90 R5 righteous, whatever it was.
Good morning! I hope Ayaka and I were just talking about you.
Is Chevra still not joining us today?
No, she's doing some stuff.
Probably not. We haven't seen her either.
Huh? That's such a pity. Director Farina said that we've only got a few small scenes left before wrapping up the entire thing. She even said that she'll get me into a couple scenes, so everyone will have a chance to shine in front of the camera.
We were also planning on having a victory feast once we're all finished filming.
Ooh.
You can join us, right?
If only Chevra was here. I still haven't taken a photo with her.
I'm afraid that can't be helped. Those special patrol folks are like phantoms when they've got a case on their hands.
But to be honest, I'm even more concerned by what I read in the Steambird earlier this morning. It said that the killer in the murder case was none other than the author of the Two Musketeers.
That's really going to ramp up the
Yeah,
popularity.
I heard about that too. He came forward and confessed his crimes, but gave no explanation as to why he pulled the trigger.
I bet he's got a sister.
We didn't know about this case at all when we joined the film. Is it going to affect the reception of our work?
He's covering for her.
From a pure publicity standpoint, this will draw a lot more attention to our film. I have to say, though, that no director can be perfectly comfortable with garnering attention through means other than artistic skill.
To be fair, I feel like that ship sailed the moment you allowed yourself to be named as the director on our poster.
It's not my fault that I'm super popular. What was that saying again? My popularity has...
skyrocketed?
Sunk to an all-time low?
Spread to the four corners of Teyvat.
Wow. She tried to burn her, but Farina just ricocheted right back. It did not sink like a stone. It spread like water.
Excuse me, everyone.
Xavier! Feels like it's been ages since we last saw you.
I've been talking non-stop with the Film Association, and I'm absolutely swamped trying to coordinate the film's marketing. So forgive me for not being around more often, but please believe me when I say that I will make sure everyone's hard work gets the exposure it deserves.
Oh, seems like you've been fighting your own battles.
Yes, that's one way to put it. Oh, and before we begin the final round of filming, please allow me to finally introduce you to the original investor of our film, Mr. Morris.
A pleasure to meet you all.
Yes, glad to make your acquaintance.
Isn't he the one who chickened out, the sketchy guy?
We've heard about the issues you've encountered with your financial situation, and genuinely hope that things have taken a turn for the better.
Look at all these eyes staring at you.
The situation has indeed improved.
He flaked out.
Don't worry, Mr. Morris. Accidents and last-minute challenges happen all the time. There's no need to blame yourself over it.
Let's guilt trip him really hard.
Good news is that we're almost done filming now. And I would even say that this is the best story I've ever seen.
Is that so?
I bet he's the dad.
That's great news.
All right.
They put special effort to make this NPC look old.
Out of the way, let's get the show on the road. We'll mostly be filming typical people and scenery from the streets today to improve the sense of environmental ambiance in some parts of the film. Oh, and there'll be a cameo for Mr. Kamisato and Miss Yoimiya as well. They'll be used to show outsider perspectives on the fates of the Two Musketeers.
That's right. Ayato should be here any minute.
Excellent! Then let's start with the scenery shots. Camera and clapper loader, you're up.
Yep, we'll be ready.
Remember, all we need are some wide zoom shots of the streets. If you happen to find some particularly lovely patches of flowers and grass, feel free to grab some close-ups of those as well.
Okay.
Ready? Lights! Camera! Action!
This is the part where we're actually filming.
Now move the camera slowly. Try to focus on that flower. What's wrong? Just adjust the focal length a bit. Something the matter? Huh? But wasn't it working fine for all the days before? Veronique, can we try a different camera?
No problem. How about this one?
All right, let's give it another try. Lights, camera, action!
I hope you haven't been sabotaged.
Don't tell me. This one is broken too?
We've been sabotaged.
Veronique, do we have any other spare ones we can use?
I'm afraid we only brought these two today.
What? Then go find a workshop to get them repaired right away. Oh, and you too, Bono. Go find our spare camera in the warehouse and bring it back to the set.
On it.
Greetings,
I
everyone.
think we've freezing sabotage.
My apologies for the delay. Is something the matter, Ayaka?
It seems like there are some issues with the filming equipment today. We're stuck for the moment.
I see.
I think we've been sabotaged.
Let's not just stand here twiddling our thumbs. Actors, to the makeup booth. We'll start on the next scene as soon as we get a working camera.
I have one, but it's not really for films.
The people at the workshop told me that the part which holds the lens in place seemed to have fallen off. That's super strange. It was perfectly fine just yesterday.
I think it was...
No time to dwell on that.
I think it was Murray who sabotaged us.
Ahem! Quiet on set! Places, everyone! Lights! Camera! Action!
By the way, have you heard about that recent murder case?
Yes, I have. It seems that they've caused quite the commotion in the city.
I heard that the chief of the guards is so mad about not catching the culprit that he's about to explode.
Oh? I find that quite hard to imagine, considering how he already looks these days.
Burn.
Director, we have a problem.
Oh, we're in the middle of a take! Couldn't you wait until we wrapped up this scene?
No, Director, our film, all the finalized film that we've been keeping in the case has disappeared.
Oh, wait, what did you say?
Mr. Bono, please take me to where the film was kept right away.
We can check the elemental traces.
No, Yoimiya, you have to stay here. Oh, okay, listen up. Everyone who's not working on this current scene can go with Bono to look for the film. Everyone else, stay put and wrap up the scene. Unbelievable. How could all these problems happen in just one day?
I think we've been sabotaged by Mr. Rich Guy.
We're back. How did it go? Did you find the film?
We found it in the sewers.
Huh? In the sewers? Is the film still okay?
We discovered it just in time, so we should still be able to salvage it. The others are checking now to see if we lost any specific scenes.
Oh, you scared me for a moment there. I nearly thought we had lost everything. I really don't want to experience that feeling of despair again.
Okay, but who could have stolen the film and dumped it there?
Could it be some competitors working on other films?
But if they wanted to harass us, why wait until the last day?
Okay.
Hello, I see you. They are lurking.
We don't have time to really look into it right now. Let's strike while the iron is still hot and wrap this thing up once and for all.
Yeah, let's finish it.
Okay.
I would like to officially announce
When does Yoimiya get shot?
entry to the festival, The Two Musketeers, has now concluded filming.
I'm unspent. It's so late already.
Even though the filming process proved to be extremely challenging, everyone provided valuable and unique contributions to the final product. Thank you all for your dedication and support.
And just like Director Farina, I would also like to extend my most heartfelt thanks to all of you. Really, you've all helped me so much.
All right. Let's save the awards speech for later, and hopefully also get some rehearsals in before the real thing.
Let's shake Murray for Mora.
Now it's time to party! Let's all make our way to the beach and have a celebration feast so loud and fun that even the blubber beast will want in.
Party! Paimon wants to party!
Feeling in the mood for rainbow roses.
I'll catch up.
Huh, she was right about the aesthetics.
This is hopping. Everyone's finally getting to relax after wrapping up the film.
Morris.
Chat with someone.
Hello, Morris. You and I need to have a talk.
Have you ever seen a fireworks show, Mr. Morris? It's pretty amazing.
I'm afraid I haven't, but I'll take your word for it.
I bet he's uncomfortable speaking to someone so optimistic.
I was thinking, if this film turns out to be a success, could I ask the two of you to stay and be a part of my crew? Of course, I'll definitely increase the pay for next time.
I'd be more than happy to, Mr. Xavier.
Thank you for the offer, Mr. Xavier. But I've made some plans to go on a journey to the other nations once the festival is over.
Is that so? Well, then in that case, bon voyage, Miss Veronique. Please feel free to get in touch once you've returned to Fontaine.
Oh. So, Farina, wow. Remember the fish and chips in Fontaine? The French analogy, and it's got fish and chips. Oh, I think... Aren't those the things Yamiya cooks? The little fish cake thingies? I don't know, the crackers, whatever they are.
Oh, my darling clapper loader and camera operator. You've both worked really hard.
Paimon thinks you worked even harder than us. Honestly, Paimon was a little tired of playing with the clapperboard by the end of it. Worst of all, Paimon started having dreams of you shouting, "Lights, camera, action!" into Paimon's ears. The actual dream can't even start until you yell it.
Hey, if anything, shouldn't I be more grand and delightful than your dreams? We've been through so much together, and that's how your brain remembers me?
Hey, the subconscious mind is subconscious. It's going to do what it wants.
Not Paimon's fault. We've just used the clapperboard too much lately.
Anyway, what's most important is that we've wrapped the film. I'm pretty confident that we'll take first prize. Hey, no need to mention the official name.
Wait, now that you mention it, if we did win the prize, would Farina just get a statue of herself?
Huh.
Come on, I don't need that kind of attention. Xavier can accept the reward on our behalf.
It does seem a bit unfair now you mention it.
Farina, accepting the Farina Award. Holding a Farina statue.
That would look funny.
I'm going back to my dessert now. You all can keep discussing that on your own.
Sorry, Farina, this is what it's like to have friends.
I'll catch up. Hey, Ayato! How's your work been going?
Everything went rather smoothly. Thank you for your concern.
Ayato told me that we've already confirmed the dates for some Inazuma Fontaine cultural
Ooh.
exchange events.
Events!
So the next time we visit, we'll be doing so in our capacities as the representatives of the Yashiro Commission.
A bit...
Oh, that's great!
Not getting to that land yet.
Paimon will be able to find Fontaine detective novels in Inazuma from now on.
How about Inazuma detective
Wait,
novels?
Wouldn't Yaimiko get upset if that happens? That would be stealing some of her business. You've got a point. She's always complaining that light novels have become bland and too predictable after all.
The cultural exchange won't only feature literatures of both nations, of course. We have also made plans for cross-cultural engagements in the fields of gourmet cuisine, toy making, and artisan craftsmanship.
Just make sure not to buy too much, okay?
Paimon's getting super excited now.
You don't think
Time
trash your
comes,
economy.
Be sure to visit and participate in all the events.
We will. Oh, hello. You just got here, I see. I need one of those tables with the wheels on it.
Chiori!
Hey, you two.
Are you not really into these kinds of big social occasions?
Not particularly. But this is still better than Fontaine Fashion Week.
But if this film becomes a big hit, people will definitely come flocking to your shop.
Yes, that's highly likely. As long as the film can premiere as planned.
Oh dear. Chevrolet's told you, son.
That and all the obstacles we had to face today.
You're right. It's as if all our bad luck just manifested at once.
But why today of all days?
Morris.
No.
Sussy
no,
man.
It's nothing. We've already delivered the film to the editors, so there should be nothing more to worry about.
How are you doing, Mr. Morris? You having a good time?
Well, you could say that. Do you happen to know when the party is scheduled to end?
Judging by how much fun everyone's having, I'd say probably not until well after midnight.
So stay here.
There's something
in
that
sight.
you still have to take care of at home, Mr. Morris?
Oh, well, I'm just not a late night person, so I might take off shortly.
Oh no! Silly me. I almost forgot something super important.
Oh, what is it?
I prepared a whole batch of fireworks for the party, but I forgot to bring them over from the warehouse.
Fireworks, you say? Well, that's, truly a pity. Sorry things didn't go as planned.
Could you help me carry them over, Mr. Morris? I won't be able to fetch all of them by myself.
Me? Are you sure that you can't find anyone else?
I just wanted to make this a surprise for everyone. The warehouse isn't far from here. We'll be pretty pleased, Mr. Morris. These are some of the best fireworks I've ever made. So I also want you to see them before you leave. They're stunning. I promise that they'll be a once-in-a-lifetime experience that you'll never forget.
But...
It's okay. Just come with me. If we're sneaky enough, nobody else will see us leaving.
All right.
He's suspicious. I bet he's the rich guy, but he's suddenly fallen on hard times.
The warehouse is right over here. I moved the fireworks there
Oh!
in advance, so it shouldn't be too much work bringing them back.
I bet he sponsored the film
still a ways
Inflict
away from the
on
party.
purpose.
Sorry about that, Mr. Morris. It's probably because I'm used to carrying fireworks all the time, so it doesn't feel like a lot of work to me.
That's her way of saying the man's a flake, literally. How did you build your one? Oh. How is your trial? Your trial one's absolute garbage. Yeah, I think a bit of rust is better than this. Wow, that's absolute garbage compared to mine. Even with the constellations, it's still garbage. Trash. Jeez, mine's is basically triple crowned at this point. You got one stat that's better than me. One. Oh, enter the warehouse. It's a tiny house, remember, on the outside. I want to see how big they've managed to make this place. But it does give people time to see when the banners aren't up.
It's dark in here. Wait here, Mr. Morris. I think the light switch should be somewhere over here.
You have a light switch?
Why did I have to get roped into this? What was that? Who's there? Get me out! Get me out of here!
Did you really think you'd get away, Morris?
Wow.
You've got the wrong guy. It wasn't me. I'm not the killer.
You know, Eliza died a far more heroic death than this. She fought your assassin to the end, to save the children she had hidden beneath the floorboards. That is Eliza's pendant. The one with a photo of you two inside. The one you gave her. Ring any bells?
It's a fake! It has to be! There's no way!
No way your assassin didn't destroy it, you mean? Did you ever love her, Morris? Or was killing her always the plan?
No, please. Listen to me. I told Eliza to keep us a secret. I paid her plenty for her silence. I never thought she'd keep the child. Everything was gonna come out, and I had no choice. She'd force my hand. No! I'm begging you. I have money. Just name your price, please.
You can keep your Mora, and you can go to hell.
Woo!
I'm Captain Shovraz of the Special Patrol. Morris, you're under arrest for Eliza's murder.
Huh?
Call it. Paimon, you were in on it.
You're under arrest too, prop manager Veronique. Or perhaps I should call you the second Musketeer.
I knew there was two of them.
Wait, what's going on? This wasn't in the script.
Drop the gun, Veronique.
Why? Why would you keep me from exacting revenge on this heartless monster?
Drop your weapon. This is my final warning.
This is all very well choreographed.
What is going on?
Do I have to spell it out for you, Morris? Everything that took place just now was staged to get you to confess the truth. But this last part is all improv, of course.
Shivers, you told us you wanted us to help you stage a play. You never said anything about the second Musketeer.
It's because even I had no way to confirm my theory until now. Thank you for your performance, Yoimiya. Could I trouble you to go and bring in the other Special Patrol members? They should be on standby just outside.
That was well done.
Oh, and please tell the other cast members not to worry about us. We'll be rejoining them shortly.
On it.
So what do you think, Morris? Care to talk about what happened 20 years ago? My patience is limited, you know. Don't force me to take you back to the interrogation room. I'd wager that you wouldn't last for more than a minute in there.
It's a very good thing we don't have his funding because we
You
don't
have no
need him.
chance of winning in court. Cooperating with us now is the most practical move.
Shivers, you can't use that in court. You'll get arrested for coercion. Coercion.
I hired an assassin to murder Elisa. She once worked as a maid on my family's estate. She was very beautiful, and after some time I fell for her. We kept our relationship a secret and carried out an affair for some time, but it wasn't long before she became pregnant. And if my parents ever found out, they would have stripped me of my inheritance and status, driven me out of my home. I also didn't expect Elisa to insist on bringing the pregnancy to term. She even asked me to leave my family and travel far, far away with her.
She believed that you were truly in love with her.
I didn't have a choice. I gave her a large sum of Mora, told her to leave the family and to get rid of the baby. But then years later, she sent me a letter. There were photos of 2 children, and she even asked if I could find some time to visit them.
Huh? 2 children? Paimon thought Baptiste was the only... you mean...
Even if she had the children against your will, you could have just ignored the letter entirely. Why kill her?
I had just gotten engaged to be married to an heiress from another wealthy family. So if anyone were to find out about Elisa, my life would be completely ruined.
No. You always had a choice. You just made the wrong choice. Again.
Do you know how it feels to watch your mother be killed right in front of you? My brother and I were hardly even school age yet. We were hidden beneath the floorboards, grasping each other's hands like a lifeline. We were so terrified that we didn't even know we could ever take a breath. All we could do was to watch Mother try to fight back, and then collapse to the floor.
Still dressed as a maid?
Even after the assassin left, we were still too terrified to leave our hiding spot. We thought that he might come back. It was only until the next evening when we finally climbed out and gathered around our mother.
That's traumatizing.
But she had already become cold and stiff to the touch.
You made up your mind right then and there to bring this case to light.
Not only that, We resolved to get our revenge.
And that's why you became the Musketeers.
No, that's why I became a Musketeer. The man from before was also killed by me. My brother had nothing to do with it.
I figured as much.
You...
I once told these two that he didn't look like a killer to me. His confession from that night also rubbed me the wrong way. I think what really tipped me off was, how could I not feel a sense of regret in him?
Huh?
He confessed faster than any criminal I've ever met, but he didn't say a single word about you. He insisted that he was the sole perpetrator in the case. But after the questioning ended, I disassembled the musket we dug up from his backyard, put it in front of him, and told him to reassemble it. Wanna guess how far he got?
Not very far at all, I reckon.
He had no idea where to even start. He's never touched a gun in his life. Based on that, I determined that he was not acting alone. He only surrendered himself to draw our attention and create a moment of opportunity for his partner. So, I decided to play along. And as expected, the second Musketeer followed us without hesitation once she saw Morris get separated from the rest of the cast. Besides, why else would he call the novel The Two Musketeers?
And you just accomplished.
I figured it out the moment Baptiste told me his father's name. That so-called financial crisis was all just a ruse. He just wanted to sign up as the investor and then leave the film without any source of funding. After all, he has a vested interest in minimizing the reach of this story. It's really just the same thing as what he did to Eliza all those years ago.
Human scum.
But then Xavier pulled out all the stops and got the film made against all odds. Morris couldn't have that. With the killer in custody, he figured it was safe to act. And so he came to visit the set today, just as I expected.
Wait, so you were behind all those mishaps today?
As for the identity of the second Musketeer, I assumed they'd probably stay close to Morris and look for an opening. And if they already knew that Morris was the film's investor, then that narrowed the list of potential suspects as well. Furthermore, being the props manager would allow the culprit to avoid scrutiny by purchasing mechanical parts in the name of the crew.
Ah, I did wonder.
With that hypothesis in mind, I went back to check Baptiste's orphanage adoption records. Guess whose name I saw on the same page, just a few lines from his.
My brother. He trusted you.
As in, he trusted me to perform the deed on his behalf?
He trusted you to stand on the side of justice.
She did. She is. And she has.
You could do it as well. Oh, the look on your face when you told him to go to hell. I really thought you'd put a bullet in his brain. You know what he has done. Are you telling me that you'd rather see him spend the rest of his life living like a king in the fortress of Meripede? I will never be able to forget the feeling of my mother's cold, lifeless hands. And you would call this ending fair?
Look, you're going to be in there too.
Justice?
You're both going to be in there too, so why don't you kill him in the Fortress of Meripede? Seriously.
I won't lie, Veronique. I did hesitate when your brother first told me about the truth.
Don't record that, Paimon.
I agonized over whether I should really put a bullet in his head.
So why don't you?
Because that should never be how justice is carried out in this world. Perhaps, to you, justice is simply reciprocated. An eye for an eye, and a life for a life.
Vengeance is not justice.
But everyone has their own understanding of justice. If everyone were to pursue their own definition of it, there would be no more order in this world. Today, you'll kill Morris. And tomorrow, his children may come for you. The world cannot render judgments based on a desire for revenge. That will only lead to a cycle of revenge, as well as the destruction of order and civilized society. Fontaine is founded on a set of laws and a standardized code of justice. That is why we are the nation of justice. But with all that said, I will promise you this. Morris will not lead a cushy life in the fortress of Meripede.
Chevros, the rest of the special patrol is here.
You took a while.
Thank you so much, Yoimiya. Letelier, Terena, please take them away.
I hope the film doesn't come out too scuffed from the sewer.
I still can't agree with your reasoning.
I know.
justice has not been delivered. At least, not today.
She's gonna kill me. Fortress of Meripide.
Let's go. We should give an explanation to the crew. Thank you for your concern. I'm fine. I'm just thinking about the things in life that have driven people to take justice into their own hands.
Okay. Congratulations, your first diplomatic diplomatic adventure to another country, and you got wrapped up in a murder investigation. You know, you could write a book about this. Write a book about a book.
Who would have thought Morris would turn out to be... I'm at a loss of words. How could he have done something like this?
Easily, I expect. Money does rot your brain a bit.
I'm just glad that you're all safe and sound. Who knew that such a labyrinth of cases would be behind this story?
Well, what should we do now? We have a finished film, of course, but should we still go ahead with the premiere?
Yes, do you have how much exposure this film's going to get?
What do you mean? Shouldn't you be even more motivated to spread the word now that you've learned the truth?
Chiori is right. I'd also like more people to see this story for themselves.
But the real ending of the story seems to have deviated somewhat from the one in the script. Is that still acceptable to you, Miss Chevreuse?
The call is yours. We still have time to reshoot an ending if that's what you'd like.
No, it's fine as is. I like what we have for the catharsis. Romanticism is what gives works of art their appeal. Fiction is able to explore means of restitution that could never work in real life. Just like the real world, the world of stories also has its own set of rules and justice. These different possibilities are what initially drew me to reading in the first place.
Yep.
Sounds good to me. I support your decision.
What about Veronique? Will she be okay?
She will soon face her judgment alongside her brother and Morris. If I had to guess, they'll probably all be sent to the Fortress of Meripede. I'll make sure to give Risley a heads up about it.
Oh, you mean that kind of heads up?
Exactly.
Ahem. All right, then the matter's settled. Now that everything's been taken care of, there's no reason for us to keep looking all gloomy and grumpy. Let's get back to the feast and enjoy each other's company. We'll be starting the post-production process tomorrow.
I could really go for some tomato soup right now.
You should join us, Chevreuse. You missed the first few hours of the party, didn't you?
All right. Count me in.
Then I'll wait for you over there. There's still some good news that I'd like to share with Chevreuse.
Are you gonna use the
Paimon, could you wait for me by the sea after the party ends? I'd like to go on a brief walk with the two of you. Thank you very much.
I sort of wish we'd get a free Chevreuse for this, because this is a good event. Oh, they're playing TCG. So I think that's a very good event. Are they going to use the ending that the actual evidence? Are they going to use that in the film? Or they could include it as a director's cut.
Sorry for the wait.
Bonus feature.
Oh, we weren't waiting long at all. Is there something else you wanted to tell us?
No, I don't have anything new to share. I just felt that since you were my investigation partners, I should have another conversation with the two of you.
Yeah, so I assume the writer's just going to get like a cushy sentence of a few years and then out. But Veronica and Morris are probably in there for life.
Traveler, how would you have responded to Baptiste's request if you were in my shoes? Is that so? Well, thanks for sharing. When I was young, my father often took me here to swim. We'd come rain or shine, even when it was freezing cold. He told me that swimming was the best activity to train one's strength of will. You could never give up before reaching the shore, especially when the water was cold.
That sounds like a murder attempt.
Oh? Why's that?
Because
You'll
the
freeze
moment
and
you
drown.
give up would be the moment you die. At that point, I still hadn't received my vision.
Sounds like a shitty parent.
One winter, the chilly wind felt almost like knives on my skin, and the seawater was so frigid that it numbed my toes the moment I stepped in.
Please tell me you got him arrested later for child abuse.
I begged my father to spare me from having to swim across, but he wouldn't listen. He used to be a member of the Special Patrol as well. You could say it was his way of
abusing
his children.
That sounds awful.
When he saw that I wouldn't stop crying, he just picked me up and tossed me into the icy water. The bone-chilling cold took away my senses. I couldn't feel anything but fear and rage. I waited for my father to save me, but one look and I knew he'd already started swimming for the opposite shore. I realized that if I were to give up, I really would die right then and there. I used all of my strength to try and catch up to my father. Those few minutes felt longer than my whole life up until that point. I did, however, make it to the other side. I've never felt afraid about anything in my life after that, nor have I ever cried again.
Please tell me you turned him into the police for abuse.
That would have never worked on Paimon.
Shouldn't work on anyone.
Yeah, I don't think that was the right method for anyone. It's just that, working now as I am in the pursuit of justice, I still sometimes feel like I've been tossed into that winter sea all over again. The anger and the helplessness.
Please tell me your shitty dad got arrested.
Shivers.
It better be in our lines when I get her.
The worse I feel, the more I know to never give up. The alternative would be to forever lose myself among the waves. Anyway, how about a race? Neither of us will drown, but we can still see who swims faster.
I'm game.
You guys go ahead. Paimon will grab the clapperboard to mark the start of the race.
Actually? Oh. Chevreuse!
Final warning!
And she's OSHA aligned. Look, I know it's right there, but I need to fight the turtles.
Water jet.
I'm frozen. I don't want to... Okay, look, I'm going.
Can't catch me.
Ah. Didn't even get in the water.
Sorry for the wait.
Oh.
Oh, we weren't waiting long at all.
No, I don't have a... Traveler. How would you have responded to Baptiste's request if you... Is that so? When I was young,
I
my
just wanted to try
father told me that-
Chevreuse.
Oh?
Because the moment you get one winter, I cried. And
That
Yeah,
sounds
come on,
when he
skip
saw
it.
that I wouldn't... The bone-chilling... I waited for my... I used...
Am I
all-
not allowed
I've
to fight
never
them?
felt afraid about any...
that way of teaching.
Yeah, I don't think that was the... It's just that... Working now as I am in the pursuit of justice,
Yeah, come on, skip.
the worse I feel. Anyway, how about a race? Neither...
Wait, can Chevreuse heal? Restore HP to the active character. Huh. Okay. Burb. How long can I aim this? Shoot. Literally shoot. You just wanted to shoot a burb. Woo! Traveler 1. How's that a contest when they're both in the same team?
Whoa, that felt good.
You were so fast in the water, Chevreuse. You were swimming even faster than Paimon can fly.
How does Paimon swim anyway?
About the special patrol, did you join because of your dad?
Partly, but I'd say I was more inspired by the heroes I read about in stories growing up.
Oh, so it's due to your love of stories.
Of course, it was only after I joined the Special Patrol that I learned that truth is often stranger than fiction. Come on, let's walk a bit more.
This should be a permanent event instead of just a
To be honest,
normal event.
I do sometimes question whether the decisions I make are the right ones. But I know that no matter what, I must keep swimming. Because the only thing I've got my eyes on is the shore in the distance.
I'm going to enjoy having her on the same team as Luke and Raiden. She doesn't seem too bad for a polearm character. She's better than Mika. I think everyone's better than Mika.
Coming on this walk with me.
Amber's better than
Mika.
Mika.
I feel a lot better after getting all that off my chest.
Huh. We're nearly back at Baptiste's house.
Huh. You're right. I didn't realize we were so close.
He really did plant a lot of flowers. It's just like how he described it in the story.
Huh? Wait. Paimon.
Is it blooming?
Look! The rainbow roses in the garden. They're in full bloom now.
Wow.
Even though it's a bit late, I must thank you for investigating this case with me. Not on behalf of the Special Patrol this time. It's a personal expression of gratitude from yours truly.
Yeah, about your shitty family.
Oh, you want to hear more about my father? To be honest, I didn't spend that much time with him. He was always busy with the Special Patrol, so he would often return home really late at night. Some nights, he didn't come home at all. Once, he didn't come home for a long time, maybe a whole week or so. When I went out to buy food, I learned that he had become a criminal, and by extension, that made me a criminal's daughter.
You became a criminal the second he threw you into icy water like that.
But we can talk about that another day. I actually have a lot of sympathy for Veronique and Baptiste. I can understand the hatred they feel for their father, but that doesn't mean I'll allow them to walk the path of evil, even if it might lead to another sense of justice. Films are different from the real world. They're a form of art and represent the wishes in people's hearts. I adore the two Musketeers, and I'm very happy to have had the opportunity to act the role as one. I can't wait to catch the film when it premieres in the Opera House. I'm looking forward to seeing the audience's reaction to the climactic ending.
Which one?
Thank you for looking out for me. I'll see you at the award ceremony. I'd be very surprised if we don't win.
Now, can I pick these flowers? No. What are these special murderer's flowers? Wait until 2 days later. Well, in that case, I'm going to look at you as you slowly vanish. No, maybe not. I do hope they don't actually give the award to Farina. It would be funny, but oh, they're going to do it, aren't they? They're going to give Farina the Farina award. Sort of surprised they didn't give us a Farina thing, you know? A Farina trial. Oopsie. Who won?
Xavier, it's been a while.
Hey there, you two. Sorry I've been scarce. I've been buried in marketing and preparing the film for release ever since we wrapped post-production.
The award ceremony is today, right? Paimon wonders if we'll win the Farina Award.
I'd give it a 90% chance.
Farina!
What's the other competition
Paimon
like?
didn't know you were already here. You're earlier than everyone else.
I'm sure the others will also be here in no time. Xavier, if we end up getting called on stage, shouldn't you come up with a name for our crew?
What? But we don't even know if we're going to win. I wouldn't want to jinx our chances by celebrating early.
Just open your eyes. Surely you've seen the audience's reactions to our film. We've had nothing but critical acclaim. You've also had conversations with the Opera House's operating staff, right? Didn't they want to increase the number of showings? With the more you've made from the box office, you can now open your very own film company.
But that's all credit to my amazing crew.
Yeah, and the money's yours. Come on.
To make this a reality, so I can't be the only one asked to come up with a name.
We'll help.
Well, give it some thought. I'm sure the crew will respect your choice.
Yep.
All right, but before that, Traveler and Paimon, could I trouble you to quickly pay a visit to the Fortress of Meripede?
That's sort of left field, but sure.
But shouldn't we stay for the award ceremony?
I wanted to ask you two to invite Shavraz to join us at the ceremony. She's one of the lead roles, after all. I haven't been able to find her recently, so I haven't had the chance to invite her personally.
And you think she's
According
there?
to the papers, the culprits
okay.
of the Musket murder case will be personally escorted today by the captain of the Special Patrol to the Fortress of Meripede.
Oh,
okay.
Paimon gets it now.
Piece of cake.
Just wait here, Xavier, and maybe try to come up with a few snappy-sounding names.
With nothing with Farina in it.
All right, then I'll leave you Will we really win an award?
Trust me. When have I ever been wrong about something like this?
Okay. I'm gonna have to hunt down the rest of that book as well. Right. Let me just skedaddle. Just teleport to the administrative area. Place is still a maze. There we go. Oof. It's nice they're including. It's nice that they're including Risley.
This is as far as I'll be taking them. I'll leave the three of them to you now.
Got another errand to run?
Something like that. I'm expected at a party.
Now that's something you don't hear every day. Found a new pastime?
He wouldn't have heard.
No, it's just...
Shavraz!
Festivals really do bring people together. It's been a while since I last had so many visitors at the Fortress of Meripede.
Call it the festival spirit, I guess.
Yeah, you could say that. Even our head nurse has gotten herself all worked up preparing super deluxe nutritious shakes. Just one gulp and you'll have met all your nutrition needs.
Were you talking about work just now?
We've already finished discussing everything. So, what do you think about my heads up, Mr. Risley?
I believe I haven't yet made any promises or guarantees.
But you also didn't shoot me down. Here, how about this? You could give everyone a copy of the newspaper. Perhaps on the day the cover story happens to, oh, I don't know, expose a certain someone's misdeeds from 20 years ago?
I suppose then a certain someone may soon find himself the most unlucky person in the Fortress of Meripede?
Yikes.
While another two people will soon be hailed as heroes.
Speaking of heroes, did you two need something from me?
Nah.
Oh, actually, we're here for...
You're here to invite me to the party, right? Don't worry, I didn't forget.
Ooh, then let's head back right away! See you, Risley! Happy Fontanalia Festival!
And the same to you.
It's nice to see him again.
Please, go in...
I like how they're not using standard NPCs. Well, for the most part. I hope he didn't give him a stupid name. I think I still have the script from the original film we did with Xavier. Or was it someone else?
The winner of the Farina Award for the first Fontanalia Film Festival is...
It's gonna have
the
Farina's...
Two Musketeers!
Not surprised.
Congratulations, Mr. Xavier.
We won? I can't believe it! I really can't thank all of you enough!
See? My takes on Fontaine's entertainment industry have never been wrong.
Now, please welcome to the stage the producer of the Two Musketeers, Mr. Xavier!
He's gonna say something silly, isn't he?
Thank you. Thank you all so much for your recognition and support. While I'm up here, I would love to give special thanks to...
Time really flies, huh?
Okay.
It certainly feels that way. It feels like it was only yesterday when you were teaching me to hold a musket.
Will you come back to Fontaine again?
Need to fix the lip syncing for English.
Of course. I'm very fond of this city. There are so many novel and interesting things that it's been hard to keep track of them all. But how about you? Would you be interested in visiting Inazuma?
I can't say the thought has crossed my mind before, but I'd be willing to consider it now.
It's relatively peaceful there.
I will be eagerly awaiting your visit. It would be wonderful if you could visit my home and enjoy a taste of our tea and desserts.
Yeah, let's keep in touch.
Did you accomplish all you came here for?
Yes. And you should visit Inazuma again sometime.
How has Ogura and her business been?
To my knowledge, she's doing quite well.
Did wonder how to pronounce her name.
Tell her I said hi.
I certainly will.
I heard the thunderstorm has stopped.
Yes, and the war has also been brought to an end. Peace and prosperity has returned to the islands.
I quite like the sound of that. Perfect for hanging textiles out to dry.
I'd like to offer my thanks again to the entire cast and crew. Without you, I would have never completed this film, much less had the opportunity to be standing on this stage. With the support of my entire crew, I would like to officially announce our film company, Musketeer Pictures.
That's clever. That's a good name.
Woohoo! That has a really nice ring to it.
Then in that case, let's please welcome all the members of Musketeer Pictures onto the stage for a commemorative photo.
You too, Farina.
Oh, Paimon didn't know we'd also be taking pictures.
Director Farina, I believe you are the most deserving person to receive this trophy.
Huh? No. There's no need. It's so embarrassing.
It's an honor the director deserves.
Yes, I agree.
This is hilarious.
Just accept that you're not getting out of this.
Ready, everyone? 3, 2, 1.
What does this statue look like?
Musketeer Pictures!
What's it look like? I like that. Got a banner, we got the picture. Woo! I'm going to hang it up in Serenity Teapot like right now. Get Farina. Well, that's the thing there.
Lady Farina, please allow me to take just one more photo.
Hey, I've had enough of the camera flashes from when we were all up on stage.
You made her hold the thing, so yeah, don't push your luck.
Farina, you are the best director I've ever met. The most photogenic maiden in all of Fontaine. This kind of lively and celebratory setting is exactly where you shine. I believe all photographers would agree. Come, the brightest star of our land. Show us your light. The camera is waiting to sing praises of your beauty.
Well, I'm flattered, but all right. I'll humor you and try a few more different poses. But I don't have to hold the trophy, right?
Of course. You may pose however you like. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. By the heavens, my luck has been beyond belief. I'm having a hard time coming to terms with it now.
I wish you get full-size banners like that in the Serenity Teapot. I wonder if we can get like ones for our previous events. Okay, where's everyone else? Is there any extra lines here?
Miss Yoimiya, we haven't had the chance to talk, but please accept my thanks for everything you've done over the past few days.
Where's the Yato and Ayaka?
Oh, but I feel like I didn't do anything out of the ordinary.
I'm very grateful for your assistance during that special performance in the warehouse. It was always going to be somewhat risky, to engage and draw away Morris all on your own. You're only a civilian and have never been trained to act in such a dangerous situation.
Don't say it like that. As the director's assistant, it was my duty to help out the crew however I could.
Yes, but civilian is not your duty.
I have to admit, though, my heart was thumping super hard the entire time I was laying on the ground. I was scared that everyone would notice.
You did great.
Oh, and before I forget, if you ever visit Inazuma, please come and pay a visit to Naganohara Fireworks. I'll make some fireworks for you. I even know what shape I'd make.
I'm guessing a musket.
Telling you now would ruin the surprise. If you really want to see it, just come and visit me.
Now, where is... We'll be around here somewhere. No? I mean, I could Google it, but...
Catch me.
I just want to get last conversation, but I'm not here. Okay. Well. Onward to the Shrine Teapot, I think, unless there's more stuff to do. No. To the Shrine Teapot. Yeah, I've edited my Shrine Teapot, so I don't get trapped in the statue all the time. I feel like I got called out last time because I had traps around my teleport waypoints, so every time you went to the Shrine Teapot, you get trapped. Did some decoration, interior design. Actually, since I'm here, Tubby.
This realm is...
Yeah. Just give me the loot. I'm looking forward to Chevreuse. It's not often that a 4-star gets me this excited.
If you ever have...
Right, let's go hang out the things we got. Let's find a relatively empty room. This one will do. Now, is it here? Because I did get a lot of stuff. Actually, let me just put that there. So I'll never find it again if I don't. There we go. That's one of them. Is that carpet? Just new carpet. Wall decker. It's probably wall decker. Actually, I want to try these. Like, I've never actually... Okay. Aha! I like that. Right. What's this? Well, I should probably hang that one up too. What was my favourite one? Oh, let me put this one up here too. I'm gonna need a light. Yes, there is. Please, come on. There we go. Okay. Not particularly nice looking. Oh, that's what I'm going to use this room for. I'm going to get more of those lights and then just hang these up. It's a very nice painting. Well, not painting. Nice photo. I'm glad we got that. It's better than the old one. That's a very nice picture. So I will see you tomorrow. We'll be doing stuff. I don't remember. Was it? Wait, do you have new lines? You have new lines. Why do you have new lines? Oh, it's because I sent you. Who else? Anyone else have new lines? Ayaka, do you have new lines? No, you do not. No new lines, despite the fact you've met each other. Well, it'll probably happen next time. So with that, I really like that poster. I'll see you all tomorrow. I don't know what we'll do, but we'll have fun. As we always do. Goodbye! I'm going to eat lunch. And this will be up on YouTube later, so feel free to have a gander there and please leave a like and subscribe. Bye!